God damn it, we're already off to a great start. Aaron's not in the damn thing, so we can't hear anything because Jared's muted. Jesus.
I was going to do a whole introduction to number 15.
That's his fault.
Yeah, that's my own fault. Welcome to Pegasus World Cup Live. Racing dudes the whole team's with us here. We are getting into, let's see, what are we? 4 minutes to the pick 5 at Gulfstream Park. How you guys doing, man?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm doing good, man. It's been a good day so far. Just got to keep it rolling here. Looking forward to these last stakes races.
Jared, can I give you some advice as a guy who's hosted one show?
Yes, please.
When you have 5 guys
on
no. At the same time, don't go, all right, boys, how's everybody doing, man? Don't do that. Say, hey, Ricky, who do you like here? Hey, Magic, how's it going? Hey, Mike, how are you today? Hey, Vinny, how are you? Try that.
How about you just do it?
Great. Ricky, we'll go to you first since you're over to the right of me on the live stream.
Can we please make sure we get your full
yes.
look at that.
Yes.
Look at that. I mean, look at how good he looks in that red. Okay.
Right. All right, Ricky. You're hot today. I've been on Twitter. I've seen that you've cashed some tickets. We are now 2 minutes away from the 8th race here at Gulfstream. I'll let you kick it off. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of went to the rail with Always Shopping. I'm not breaking down any news, any boards here with this one. I just think that she kind of fits in well here. I think last time out, she showed that she can kind of get to the front end and do it at a similar distance. It's a little bit further here. I don't think the rail is necessarily going to be an issue. I like that IRAD is going to get back aboard for Todd Pletcher. That's no surprise. And I do like the fact that she has gone this distance before. So that's kind of what led me to the one Always Shopping.
All right, Samich, he went with the favorite. I'm going to you next because I know you're not going to give me a 7-5 shot, right? So, all right, Samich, who do you like here?
Let's throw an 8-1 on top, man. I'm going with a 5. Lovely Lucky. I think this horse is coming out of some races that were pretty strong with the Grade 1 Flower Bowl and the Grade 2 Glens Falls. Horse has some tactical speed, so should be able to get up to the front. Like me some looking at Lucky horses. We got an early 5-year-old season here, so I expect some sort of progression off the layoff. So I think Lovely Lucky is a good shot here at 8-1.
Well, that was a little trick there, Samich. I like that. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I just kept going with it, man. That was just professionalism at its finest.
All right, we'll leave Magic off since he seems to be in a really good mood today. Vinny, let's welcome Vinny on. Vinny, I heard through the grapevine you hit a little bit of a daily double in the last race. So let's talk race 8 for you real quick.
I removed Magic from the.
And Vinny's on mute. This is good.
Why am I always on mute? I don't know. I'm always on mute.
There you go. Go for it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think Always Shopping is going to be tough here, but I do like the 2 a little bit with Corey Lannery stretching out. Likes to sit a little bit off, but I mean, the way this turf has been, it seems like either if the pace is slow, the front runners are going to just go gate to wire, but if it's quick, I think this 2 could pick up pieces.
Yep, I agree. I think the 2 underneath. Jared, I saved you for kind of last as we're 0 minutes to post right now or 1 minute to post because you love a horse that is a huge price in here. You like the 12 at 25-1. If we get the 12 home here, this is going to be an amazing live stream today. Talk about your 12.
Well, yeah, I know. The last race, if you listen to Blinkers Off, I like this. The last race in this one is my long shots. Obviously, the 1 ran a good third. Belora, but then 9-1. That's like a favorite compared to what I have in this race. I mean, I don't obviously Always Shopping. I have her on everything. She's my second choice in the race. I mean, I like the ones that the ones that you should like here, but this horse here, the Court Return. Listen, I just feel like this race, the way it's another wide open race trying to beat the favorite. Why not? I mean, this horse was not that bad. 2 and 3 back, finishing second or third, in a Grade 2 at Woodbine, and finished second by almost won a Grade 1 last time, 2 back in the Woodbine. Comes to Gulfstream Park, doesn't run great. I get it. Luis Saez aboard that day. Who's back to ride? Luis Saez. I mean, I just feel like that race was kind of a weird result. Get him back or get her back to what she was running 2 and 3 back. I think this horse has some closing kick, could upset the thing, and at the very least, hit the board.
All right, real quick, I will jump in on the 8. Does anybody have any interest in the 8? Yes. I do. I thought the 8 is a really consistent horse. I really think the distance is going to be something that the 8 enjoys here. Definitely an underneath candidate for me. And if you kind of want to go a little bit deeper in those multis, I like the 8. as well. Now, okay, Jared and I are going to be a little bit behind because we're watching on like the TVG stream instead of the track feed. So if they're getting ready to load in the gate or they're close to going off, somebody just tell us and then we will shut up. So we're not talking over the race. Magic, that'll be your job since you've been quiet so far. Can you handle that? Okay, yeah, Magic. Magic is doing this is great radio. Let's see. Here we go. We're on my feed. They're on the turf walking around here. Listen, this is big, right?
I like how you take it over the hosting job. I love it personally.
This is
sound is calling.
Thank you.
If you did find calling the last show, it almost like you could almost see the ghost of my hosting abilities just travel right over to Halterman, and he's got it now. So that's fine because personally, it's a lot easier for me.
Well, like I said, 37 years old, I can finally handle a bit of responsibility. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah, walking towards the gate, man, 7-5. So I'll kick it back to you just real quick. I like the one as well, Ricky. I'm not trying to harp on you, but man, that is a short price, right?
Yeah, I mean, the one was my fourth choice in this race, so I think it's definitely a contender, and I could see why people want to use them. But like, just if we look at just Jared's horse as a comparison, the last race, the one horse broke at 2.7 to 1, the 12 horse broke at 5 to 1. Today we're breaking at 7 to 5 and 25 to 1. You're telling me there's that big of a gap because of one race? It's illogical. I mean, and plus you have this inside post where I think a couple horses are going to show speed. I think Always Shopping's going to get shuffled a little bit here. I just don't want to choke down a 7 to 5 price. I like the 2, I like the 5, I like the 7, I like the 8, I like the 12. I think you can go to a lot of different directions here. I think Always Shopping's a pretty bad favorite at 7 to 5.
All right, Somich likes every horse in the race almost there.
Jared's horse is just going in the gate right now.
Okay, so I'm going to let you guys kind of talk about it. We're a little behind, so we're just kind of going to mute ourselves, and you guys can kind of talk about the race as it's going on, and then we'll chime in after we see him pass the wire. Just real quick, we need Slim to call some races. Stay tuned. Pegasus World Cup Turf and Pegasus World Cup. Slim will be here to call the races.
He's saving his voice.
Yep.
All right, they just broke on my screen.
Okay, I'm going to mute you.
I'm about to hit the turn.
I'm going into the first turn.
No.
Yeah, Always Shopping's third. Court Returns sitting a really nice trip in second.
You can leave.
Yeah, Trapsing is sitting outside in fourth. Right now, Aunt Hattie is setting a fast pace. 23-2 for the opening quarter here, a mile and a half. That's a little insane.
Yeah,
if that's right.
That's
If that's
12.
right,
That 12 is sitting great though.
that's crazy. Yeah, the 12. Well, Court Return is sitting well, assuming that the pace doesn't completely collapse.
Yeah.
And you got Always Shopping sitting right behind there. Trapsing to the outside. You got the 5 horse Lovely Lucky sitting on the inside. 47-3 for the opening half mile.
Yeah, pretty quick for a mile and a half.
Pretty quick. These are mile and a 16th type fractions at Gulfstream. So it'll be interesting to see how fast they go. The 10's rushing up on the outside. English Affair.
Yeah.
Joe Bravo going 3 wide and pushing the pace even more.
Wow.
I wonder if these fractions are right.
They've been right. I think like all day they seem right the way the races have been running.
Yeah, they slowed down a little bit there. So 1:12-4 means that they went 25 plus in that third quarter. So they get a third quarter breather there, which makes you love Court Return's position here, sitting right on the outside with the way speed's been holding on this track so far.
Yeah,
Always Shopping pocketed up right behind.
Yeah, he's gonna get.
When they went by the judges the first time, Irad tapped on the brakes and was shopping and created some distance. So while they slowed it down a little bit, he made them slow down even more, and the horses in the back actually they all checked off. I thought that was smart to keep the closers farther behind than they probably should be. Whoa, there goes Court Return.
Breaks for the lead, 138 and 1 mile. So we got a pretty fast pace. Here comes, who is that? The 3 horse catching the eye on the outside. Irony of reality. As the 10
there
horse
goes the 10 to the lead.
over. And Always Shopping just rolling up on the outside. And Always Shopping is gone.
Wow, she's gone.
Oh, here comes the 8. It's going to get a piece, but no one's catching Always Shopping.
Nobody's catching Always Shopping. What do we need? Aaron, what do we need for the try? I forget.
1-8 Delta Kingdom comes in second. The 2 Sister Hanan just gets nose for third, which I bet hits the try.
Yuck. 12, I wish that too got 6, 10, third, but
Always Shopping, impressive behind those fractions.
Pletcher, I was saying this to my buddy yesterday. Pletcher has just been hot on the turf, and like just gets like he has ones like this that get respect. But I mean, he had one earlier that he had the horse earlier that won on the turf. Like he's just having a very good last 12 months on the turf.
Yep, he's had a very good meet at Gulfstream. It's the opposite of Chad Brown so far. Chad Brown has been ice cold at this meet, and Pletcher's just been on fire.
Yeah.
There's a 4.
Michael
Yeah.
Myers with the hot takes coming in. Pletcher Irad cold.
Ooh. Like we said before we left,
Yeah.
even money is the right price on the 1. No question.
Easy money.
Yeah. kind of I was just waiting when the 12 rounded the corner. It's like, just hold on, because we had we played in the guide a 112 over 17812 over 17812 trifecta. We get the 1, we get the 8. 7 was like the 5th there. So
yeah, damn.
How about we were sitting here talking? It's like the 12 the whole time. You're like, well, getting the trip. But what's funny is when you handicap a race, and it's like I never in a million years envisioned that horse being in the lead when they hit the top of the stretch. Like, so it's like she ran okay, I guess. I don't know if that was a plan. Luis Diaz seemed very determined to get her to near the front. I guess maybe they want, but look at her back, the 2 and 3 races back at Woodbine. She came from the clouds, and that's partly why I liked it. Now, I don't think she was going to catch the 1 today, but if she could have got up there and hit 3rd for us or held on, that'd have been nice. But yeah, that was just a weird. He rode her like she was the best horse. And it's like, holy shit, what is happening right now?
Yeah, the trip, even though you wanted to come from behind, definitely in position there.
It's always fun whenever you handicap a long shot and based off of a certain way a race is going to be ran, and then they go out there and they get there in the front, and you're just like, okay, well, didn't envision that one. So
yeah,
you got to wonder if the jockeys were thinking about how the turf played earlier in the card. Aunt Hattie has a 66 early time form pace rating. Court Return has a 35.
Yep.
And they just went 46 and change or 47 and change at a mile and a half. Like, what?
Yeah.
Is that how fast they went?
Yeah, 46 and 3 for half the opening.
What do you think was going to? Oh my gosh, I'm so mad.
What really pisses me off is the 8. We get the 8 home at 8-1 there, and
your 7 was barely past. I think 12 and 7 kind of finished together there. The 7 really
did anybody have the 3 anywhere?
No.
I wouldn't. I would have. That would have been tough to come up with the 3.
Yeah.
Good. I didn't see that race playing out that way at all. I had completely different horses in the lead. I had the pace being a second slower. Like, just the whole way I pictured that in my mind was different than how it played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That race was complete. So I mean, how are you supposed to? So when that happens, you just kind of have to move on.
Well, I guess the good news though is most people are moving on because the favorite won. It's not like if the 3 wins, it's like, oh god, we should probably end this live stream right now. All right, guys, I think there's some business we got to get to. I've been thinking about this for a week. Draft pick 4 today, of course, Dan Mason. Are you kidding me? Yes. So before we get too close to the next post, and also there's some good racing we'll talk about maybe later on at Oaklawn and at Santa Anita. There's a really special field of 5 that's going to go for maiden special weights. Let's do this draft pick 4 and let's get it out of the way. Samich, I'll defer to you because we have 6 people here, so we can't all have 6 in each race. How do you think we should structure this?
Well, 4x4x4x4.
Yeah.
Would be what? 4x4 is 16 fours. That's still too much. We probably want to go 3x3x3x3.
You could split the top group of people and the bottom group of people. Go every other race.
That's why we pay Ricky the big bucks, and that's what we're going to do. So we're probably just really flow announcer-wise,
When he becomes announcer, it's just almost like nothing else matters.
You just say something confident, and he's just like, all right, let's go with it.
Yeah.
I think it's the Mahomes jersey, honestly.
Yeah, well, it could be a little bit of that, too. I think you hit it earlier. I found my niche, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously not handicapping, so it's announcer voice. So.
I don't know what it means about me because I think I was the one that kind of got it off, when we started the pod because Magic does a great job on the blinkers off. You do a great job. It's almost like I'm old news now, and it's just moved on. It's outgrown me.
Jared gets us all off, is what he's saying. All right, so let's start.
Got that Cox juice
with race 9, and now Ricky, I'll defer to you since you came up with the brilliant idea. Should we take race 9, or should we start at the bottom and they take race 9?
No, we'll start with the let them go at the bottom so we can finish on a high note with the feature race.
I'm calling it a spice move. So the opposite side for the last 2 races get to pick 1 horse. So you guys will get to pick 1 horse in the turf, and we get to pick 1 horse in the feature. So it'll be 3x3x4x4.
Oh, Samich.
I like
Oh,
that
you're
'cause-
talking to me
Man.
now, baby. Woo!
That's a good
Now
one.
we're talking. Are you happy, Dan Mason? Hell yeah, I am. All right.
Well, we don't plan this. This is
No.
all on a whim. Okay?
All right. So
That's how
the
sausage
bottom
gets made.
three will start us off.
All right, Vinny, you want to go first?
For race 9, sure. I mean, I guess I'm gonna start with the 2 Cinnabunny. And Brad Cox. That's I feel like that's all you really need to set. It's terrible. It's got a terrible price, but I just feel like it's Brad Cox world right now. So
It is definitely Brad Cox's world. Magic, we're going to go to you for the next horse.
Sorry, Samich. I'm going to take the 4. This is my time.
I wanted
that
you
was-
to. I wanted you to.
Okay, good. I'm glad because I didn't know who else to take after that. I only like those 2 really, so I'll take that one. Who are you going with, bud?
We're going to the 8 Sound Machine at 12-1. Was got a ton of trouble last time out in the Sugar Swirl. I like the price at 12-1 there. I agree with these 2 guys. I think the 2 and the 4 are the 2 to use. But I think the 8 is a good price at 12-1 on the board right now.
All right. So the 2, the 4, and the 8 to kick off the 9th race, leg 1 of the late pick 4 at Gulfstream Park on Pegasus World Cup Day. Now we'll go to race 10, the WL McKnight Stakes, going 1.5 miles on the turf. It's the top row. It's Jared. Who you want?
You're like a perfect combination of me and Slim. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Let me go with.
If you had a baby, this is what it would look like.
That's scary. My top pick in the race is number 1 Doswell. So that'll be my pick.
Number 1, Doswell, the pick for Jared. I will go next, and I will take my top pick in the race, number 7, Tide of
There you
the
go.
Sea.
There's our price.
10-1 on the morning line. I think we're going to get about half of that, but still, Tide of the Sea, Mike Maker going long on the turf. You can't beat that. I'm going to go to the right to my good friend, Ricky P. Who you want?
So I'll just take the experience here, going the distance. I'll take Sadler's Joy. I rather would have used Tide of the Sea, also, but I'm gonna use Sadler's Joy. So you got the last one right. I hope I'm right.
Aaron's
Should I
so
just
mad
leave
he
Sadler
just
Joy
left.
off the ticket?
Well, we're going too deep in that leg, boys. All right. So
You can do what you want.
Okay.
Wait. I heard someone use a trainer who was 0 for 7 at the meet last time out. So someone had the top choice. I'm going to be left alone on this one. I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to be confident.
I don't know who he's talking shit about. Who's he talking shit about?
I have no idea.
No idea, you know.
All right. Race 11. Aaron, voice. Come on.
Race 11, it's the 3rd running of the Pegasus World Cup turf. They're going 1 mile and 3/16. The Preakness distance on the lawn at Gulfstream Park. The 11th race, as Mike Somich pointed out, I should say. We're going to go to Sleepy Magic, Curtis Callaward. He's going to get the first pick here.
Sleepy Magic.
The hell am I sleepy for? You know who's
Magic
not
usually
gonna
at
be
an 8.
sleepy?
He's at a 1 today.
I know, right?
Go ahead, Magic.
It's Miller time, baby. Another twist of fate.
All right. Mr. Somich.
I'm going to go with Largent. Who's my top pick? I don't think it's the best price in here, but I think Largent's the best horse. So we'll go with Largent.
Vinny.
I'm gonna go with Say the Word
Jeez.
or Pratt.
I love it.
All right. And Spice pick, top row. You guys have to agree on 1 horse to add to the pick 4.
Oh, we know.
Well,
where they're going.
let's have a little discussion.
You know, so we can huddle up here. Breaking the rules.
We actually can huddle up. See?
It's got to be. What do you have breaking the rules, Ricky? You
I
don't.
didn't use breaking the rules, but I would use that as a price if that's what you guys want to do.
I mean, Halter and I both really have that horse. You almost picked the horse on top.
Yeah.
I'll kind of defer to you. I guess we would be leaving out Colonel Liam. That's the.
Well,
You know,
we
you
like
have-
North
you have-
Dakota. We talked about North Dakota a little bit.
Mhm.
So I'm okay with breaking the rules. I prefer North Dakota, but I would if that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
I just know Halterman, you would be so upset if breaking the rules.
Well, he liked North Dakota when we talked about him yesterday. So that's
Yeah. I have breaking the rules second in the race, though. So
Okay.
I do like North Dakota as well, but I would have to, if I had to pick between the two, it'd be breaking the rules. It's close. It's really close, but
Breaking the rules. Is that the horse we're adding?
yeah, that's okay.
all right. All right.
I'm not in love with North Dakota, so we can go breaking the rules.
Okay, we'll go breaking the rules. So breaking the rules will be the 4th horse added from the top row. Everybody's happy down there? Okay. We don't care if you are or not. All right, the 12th race. It's the main event of the afternoon. It's the Pegasus World Cup, the 5th annual Pegasus World Cup. We've seen some very, very good horses win this race in the past. Not so much last year, probably not this year, but who are we going with? I get to go first, and I'm taking I have Nick's Go on top.
Let's go.
But I'm not going to take Nick's Go. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction, I think, just to kind of throw everybody off. And we're going to see how big of balls Ricky or Jared have, because they may not pick Nick's Go. And then we got him left off. And we know that the bottom row isn't going to pick him. So I'll go Nick's Go with my pick.
Oh, come on. I was going to send it to
Wow,
the
that was quite the letdown.
See if they would pick Magic.
I'll go Nick's Go. Ricky?
Damn it.
I'm going to use tax. I just think that's, in my opinion, that's probably the second best.
Just yeah. I like it.
I was really hoping we could make Samich pick Nick's Go if he had to.
I really thought he was going to do that too. Yeah.
I really wanted to do
He's
that.
the one betting the ticket. He just would have said no.
All right. So you got Nick's Go. Who'd you say? You said tax, Ricky?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, and this might throw off Samich because I know it's his top pick, but it's my second choice in the race. Sleepy Eyes Todd.
All right, Spice Horse.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Who does everyone like that's left?
Code of honor. The other three that were picked are the other horses in my top 4. So I'm left with Code of Honor.
I'm between the 5 and the 10, personally. Magic?
God,
I know you don't love
of
Code.
honor? No, not at all. Not at 9-2. What can you do? How can you trust him at 9-2 in this field?
I mean, he's
No,
my
That
second
post
choice.
draw.
That we
Yeah,
should
keep it
just-
like a post draw.
Then we should just put Harper's first ride and hope Nick's Go wins.
I mean, I would say Harper's or Jesus' team for me.
No love for Last Judgment? No one wants to go 20-1 bombshell at the end?
We
one
could
of
be
the
like
few.
Matt Carruthers picked Coastal Defense on top. We could be like him.
Or we could not be like him.
Or we could,
Yeah, we cannot feel like him.
or we can also use Sadler's Joy in the turf. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like Jesus' team or Code of Honor. Either one's fine with me.
Yeah, either one's fine with me. Magic, you make
Jesus,
the pick.
I can't do code.
All right. When
There we go.
Code wins, I'm gonna text you.
Oh, man. We're all over the place here. God, I got to shuffle.
Boy, that was some intense.
There you go.
Wait, who are we getting? Who are we taking?
5, Jesus' team.
Instead of
Hey.
code, fine. Take a code. You two liked code, and I don't. You got 2 to
No.
1.
We're taking who you decided.
We have no input on this.
Yeah, there is no feedback.
Aaron's
I know,
team
I'm
cannot
telling
control the
them.
pick.
Put code in.
Mm-mm.
Didn't anybody write that down? Put it up on the screen if you did.
I will. I'll write it down right now in the chat.
Yeah, somebody fast forward. I have no idea who our horses are. Surely somebody's writing it down.
Yeah, no one wrote it down. We just let's do it again, guys. Let's see.
There you go.
I kind of need to put this in. So
That was
somebody,
a practice mock draft.
right? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, we worked through Jesus' team. Now let's try it again.
We saw where we've made our mistakes. Now let's do the right one. Oh, there we go. Simon Bomb to the rescue. There is. So it'll be pick 4 starting in race number 9, 2, 4, 8 with 1, 5, 7 with 2, 6, 8, 11 with 1, 4, 5, and 7. Look at this. He knows.
He's in. He loves
He's
it.
in, baby. Let's do it.
We're getting. This is how nervous Magic is. He's privately messaging us, wanting us to paint it the code. He's so nervous
I
about
was
code
serious.
beating
Told
him.
that, wouldn't he?
Magic, he's just so nervous he just paused.
He just
Is he paused for everybody else? Oh, there he is. This is what here. I'll type it in the comments here. This is what Magic just texts us privately.
Privately.
Really, make a code. I'd rather lose. I'd rather we lose because he loses. Magic.
Let's buck up. Let's do it.
No, we're taking
Hey, to be
we're
fair,
keeping-
I like code of honor. I know Vinny's got code on top, but
I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it. It's just who I landed on. I was not picking Knicks Go on top here, but
I feel your pain.
yeah, those are.
Well, I was going to say, let's quickly go why you're not picking Knicks Go on top, but you're taking Code of Honor. Just real quick. I know we'll get into it further, but just real quick, since you brought it up.
I mean, like, it's clearly he's a different horse with Brad Cox now, but like I think this is a tougher. I think it's a tougher field, and he's going to have to go. Well, he's got to go a mile and an eighth today, which I mean at Gulfstream he definitely could do. But is he really going to if he runs the fractions he did in the Breeders' Cup Mile, I think he's going to win. But if he slows down, I don't think if he slows down and lets some of the other speed horses into the race, I think he's going to take a little pressure. So unless he goes sub 23, I think he's going to get pressured. And if he goes sub 23, I don't think he holds on. And the only horse I think that can actually run him down is Code of Honor. And that's kind of how I landed on Code of Honor. So I'm not too happy about it, but I don't trust anybody else to actually make a move in the stretch.
That is the big problem with the race. If you're against Knicks Go, you do kind of have to get creative with who you're going to use. And you're right. You look at it from a logical standpoint. Okay, if the speed starts to back up, who's going to catch them? Well, Code of Honor does stick out like a sore thumb. Problem is the bastard always does, and he's just been annoyingly second and third so many times. But I get it. He's a better horse than what Mucho Gusto was this time last year. There's no doubt about that. So at least coming into the race, now Mucho Gusto ran fantastic in the actual Pegasus itself. But I get it. I get it. All right, so what are we now? I've switched to Oakland. Where are we at Gulfstream? We are, we're 9 minutes away from the ninth race. So let's analyze the ninth here. Cinnabuddy right now at 6-5. Currently, I thought she would get bet down. That makes sense. Ricky, I'll kick it over to you. You've kind of been quiet for a while. What did you think of the ninth race?
I kind of just like Cinnabuddy for the mere fact that as she cuts back, I didn't like the 7 furlong race last time at Parks. I just think there's going to be a little bit of a pace advantage for her. I don't really know who else is going to want to challenge her on the front end or who can necessarily. So I'm with Vinny. I believe Vinny said Cinnabunny. That's who I kind of went with also. And I just kind of see her getting to a spot into the first furlong or two where she can kind of just settle in nicely. And I don't think she'll be pressured too much. I did think this was a pretty tough race. Overall, I think this is a pretty quality field, and I do like some of the horses that we went with the pick 4 with, but I used Cinnabunny on top.
So, Mitch, I'll kick it to you because I know you really like the 4. This My Time a lot here to kind of pull the upset. Kind of talk about the reasonings that you went maybe against Cinnabunny and used the 4 This My Time on top.
Yeah, I think the distance of this race is really the key factor that some people may have overlooked. So we're going 7 furlongs today, and Cinnabunny has been dominant at 6. Ricky mentioned that 7 furlong effort at Parks, by far this horse's worst effort. This horse has shown speed, but didn't last time. And that was more of the break in Irad than anything else. I do think there's some kind of what I would call cheap speed in here. Like Pacific Gale, for instance, goes at 7 furlongs. She's 0 for 7 at the distance, but she seems to send almost every single time as a 113 early time form rating. So I expect her to be somewhat on the pace. Outside of those two, I don't think there is a ton of pace. And I think This Is Our Time is going to sit right, or This Is My Time is going to sit right behind those two. And This Is My Time is coming out of 2 7 furlong races, 2 mile races, and is improving. So I like that horse who won over this track last time, likes the 7 furlong distance, and I like the price 3-1 a lot more than I like even money on Cinnabunny.
I think that's very well said. As the horses walk out on the track for the ninth race there at Gulfstream Park, we're seeing them on the post parade. Vinny, let's kick it to you real quick because I think Sami's kind of made, and Ricky both alluded to the fact that Cinnabunny didn't get to the front last time, still kind of ran decent, I would say. Not great, but decent. So do you kind of look at this and say, she's got to get to the front. She's got to get her trip this time.
I don't know if she needs the front. I mean, she's with Brad Cox now. I think that's just a huge, if she runs well, if she runs well, I think Knicks Go is going to run well. If she runs bad, I don't think Knicks Go runs well. I mean, I think this is one of those scenarios with Brad Cox where he's got 2 horses who have similar running styles. And if he shipped them live to Gulfstream, they're both going to win. I'm not a huge fan of the distance or the price. The price is terrible. I would not personally. I would hate to play this horse at even money, but I think with Brad Cox, I mean, if he has her ready, nobody's going to stay with her.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. It's that Cox horse on the lead that's hard to catch. Jared, I'm going to kick it to you because we had a long conversation about this Wednesday night, Thursday morning, both a little bit about what to do in this race for our article, and we both said, hey, we really like Cinnabunny. But Vinny made a really good point. We kind of said, well, didn't run that well last time, so maybe we'll get a little bit of a price. And here we sit at even money right now as we're about 5 minutes to post. So are you surprised by the price? And does that kind of do you waver a little bit because of the price?
Actually, I mean, it's the opposite. I feel stronger because obviously I think, people are not scared off by that last race. I think it shows that the confidence is still there in this horse. Listen, I had this pick last time out and of course didn't go well. But again, the horse, it was like kind of a first thing with Brad Cox. Obviously his first time out of park. So, change of pace. You now have a little bit under his belt with Brad Cox. The horse kind of didn't break. And then, like you say, it kind of ran a different style of race. She's back. She's going to be better. Golden Lad, by the way. You remember Golden Lad?
I do remember Golden Lad.
I thought he was gay, Was Golden Lad gay?
What are you talking about?
Remember Ryan Stillman?
Oh,
Golden Lad? Golden Lad, Arkansas Derby winner. Anyways, this is why I don't know. Do you not remember this conversation?
It's Danza that you're thinking of, not Golden.
Oh, yeah,
Lad.
I am thinking of them. Danza.
Okay.
This is why Jared hosts. He's the color side of it's just not going well.
Problem is, I haven't eaten much today, and I've been drinking Truly. So, Cinnabunny. I think Cinnabunny's going to win.
Okay, well, thank you for the commentary, Jared. That is why everybody is tuned in to hear that kind of stuff. Ricky can't believe it. He's just shaking his head like, what am I doing?
It's just one of those rabbit holes where like you keep digging yourself and you try to get up and then you slip down and then you go up and you slip down again and it's just like you're just at the bottom of the barrel now. So
thanks, Ricky. I appreciate your insight.
It's like picking Sailor Joy in a Big Four. And then doubling down and saying, I don't care.
Brad Cox picking the gay horse's son or daughter.
Brad Cox. It is a daughter, yes. The Phillies. Brad Cox on the screen right now. He's saying, "I've got him ready, Vinny. Don't worry about it. I've got him ready.
Don't worry."
Guy is on it. Guy just changes horses.
That's right. Yeah. He's the magic man.
Yeah, he's unreal.
Well, no, he's good training techniques. Him and Peter Miller.
I will say this. Well, Peter Miller does well too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about him in the Pegasus World Cup Turf 2 races for now.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Ricky. You want something?
There is one horse that we didn't really mention. Did anyone like Dream Marie at all on the cutback? She did win at this distance. Did anyone? I got 2 minutes to go. I just wanted to know if anyone else liked her. I didn't use her, but wanted to see anyone else what they thought of her.
I think I have her second in the guide.
Yeah, Vinny and I both have anybody and Dream Marie second. Yeah.
I mean, she's classy. I don't know if she's good enough to win, but she's one of those horses that I'd be surprised if she threw out like a bad effort. And I think for like exactas and trifecta, she's probably a good horse to use here, especially at 12-1. She rarely runs a bad race, and this isn't she's definitely run against stronger horses.
Right. She likes Gulfstream Park. She likes the distance.
Yeah.
At 12-1, there's value there to be had, I think.
We got Ricky P live on the stream, and Ricky M says, all in on this my time. Go ahead, Ricky.
No, I was just going to say, I think to Vinny's point, you're getting at the moment 12-1, something in that range. I think there's a lot of value, and we've talked about this all the time. One of the things you start to see when a horse starts taking money, you start to look other directions, and I think Vinny made a good point. At 12-1, 13-1, you could definitely use her to spice some things up in exotics. And I definitely think the rail isn't necessarily a bad thing here, and the cutback certainly helps as well. So I agree with Vinny. I don't know if I would have had her second, but there's a lot of value, and she should probably be included on some other tickets.
Yeah, Michael Myers chimes in 13-1. So
13-1,
as John White would say. So here we go. 1 minute, guys. I don't know where they are for you. We're kind of heading towards the gates on our
camera's been I'm watching the Gulfstream Park feed, and they've been on the 2 for the last 7 minutes.
Weird.
So it's probably either they already know this horse won or they are jinxing the crap out of the Cinnabunny. It's literally been they've literally been following Cinnabunny since probably 5 minutes they'll post.
Wow.
Like they just haven't moved the camera off of her.
She's on our screen now, and she's like glowing. She looks really good.
She got a really good warm up, and that's when they started following her, and they just haven't moved to anybody else.
And by the way, if you like Cinnabunny, now 3-2, so that's more like what we thought.
Yeah,
that's
definitely better.
It's still not great, Vinny. Don't throw up over there, but it's better than even money.
Oh, they just switched to Dream Marie. I don't know if that's because Cinnabunny walked behind her and they just picked her up, but yeah, no, they're on Dream Marie now, so that's nice. They're on somebody different. Is there a chance Acacia's going through the field and maybe she's talking about them and maybe I have the feed on mute. I watch a lot of the races with the feed on mute.
Yeah, well, I understand.
Yeah.
I've never listened to.
I can confirm nobody's talking. They're just watching. It's weird.
Oh. Thank you, Magic, for chiming in. We appreciate that. And you're adding a lot of value to the show today, and that's why we have Magic in the background. He comes in and he goes, "Hey, guys, listen, y'all don't know what you're talking about. They're not saying shit on this feed." So we do appreciate that very much. Mr. Magic, Sleepy Magic, we'll call him today. All right, Samich, you're chomping the bit over there. You're shuffling. You're moving the papers around.
Yeah, I kind of like the 1 and 3rd. I like what you guys are saying. I think that this look, I think the 2-4-4-2 is a pretty safe exact in this spot. I think those are your best two horses. So I'm over here trying to figure out where some value is to be had. I think I'm going to play a straight try. I'm going to go 4 with 2 with 1, 7, 8 and see if I can get some value in the 3rd spot. I'm going to put the 4 over the 2 to get a little bit of value in the 1st spot and see if we can just hit that for like $5, cost you 15, something in that range, and see if we get a nice try home.
All right, as a reminder, it's on the screen there. The consensus late to pick 4 ticket that we put together, 2-4-8 in this leg with 1-5-7, with 2-6-8-11, with 1-4-5-7. So if you're going to play that with us, make sure you get it in here before they get out of the gate here.
That's right. That's right. You guys tell me when they're getting ready to go off, and we will mute ourselves. So.
Yeah, my stream is behind. My stream is behind too. I think I'm barely in front of you, but I'm still a couple seconds behind Samich and everybody else.
The 8's in now.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute ourselves. You guys, listen. Don't disappoint me while I'm gone. All right.
And they're off.
Yeah, they're off.
This is my time. Makes the lead easily. Surprisingly, here we go. 2 Cinnabunny fires up from the inside. And she's going to take the lead now. Not much pressure at all. The 6-horse Pacific Gale did not go. So you're going to have Cinnabunny and This Is My Time, who both went off at 2-1. So the bunch of money comes in late on the 4-horse. This Is My Time. Go 22-2 for the opening quarter. Pretty strong for 7 furlongs. This Is My Time, 6 ahead in front as they head into the turn. Cinnabunny comes right back. And our 8-horse Sound Machine sitting a nice trip right to the outside.
It's kind of 22 and 4, kind of slow.
It's going to be interesting here. How much Cinnabunny has left? This Is My Time. Already getting asked midway through the turn. Cinnabunny's still pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Pacific Gale has horse to 6, and so does Bronx Beauty on the inside.
I have a feeling this 2 is going to draw off.
Doesn't look like it. It's the 6-horse. Wow. Pacific
Thanks
Gale.
a lot, Vinny. Thanks a lot. She dropped anchor the second you said something.
Did the 6 win?
Oh yeah.
She won by a landslide.
I have a pick 6 that had I only used the 2 and the 6.
6-4. Man, she dropped anchor bad.
Yes, she did.
Nothing to do with 7 furlongs.
Nope, she wanted nothing to do with it. My buddies just answered. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is unbelievable that I'm still alive in this. I'm still alive in this. I played a $4.80 pick 6. I singled the 3 in the first leg. I singled Always Shopping. I only used the 2 in the 6 there.
Well, you got some coverage then.
Yep, I am. I can't believe that I'm still alive there. I am. Yeah, that's crazy.
What did Pacific Gale go off at?
16-1.
Yeah,
Huge number here.
I used Pacific Gale, I think, for second, but I didn't see Cinnabunny falling like an anchor like that.
Well, I tell you what, like I was mentioning that Cinnabunny quit in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
No interest.
It looked like she was going to win, and then boom, she was done.
Well, they round the turn. The 4's done. The 2's pulling away from the 4. You look at the odds. It's like, holy shit! Cinnabunny went up to 2-1.
Yeah.
And we're going to cash this. This is a huge win bet for us, and dropped the anchor. Wow. I'm really stunned by that performance.
The 4 ends up second. So the 4 ends up going past the 6. The 5 runs past runs past the 2 as well. I mean, the 2 barely doesn't hit the board here.
That makes me worried about Nick's go later, though. The horse trying to stretch out for Cox. That wasn't. I mean, I think that was his easier win there. That really does have me worried about Nick's go later.
Slim had Pacific Gale as the top pick in the guide. There you go.
Yeah. Slim crushing it.
Did he?
Who was second?
The 4. This is my time.
How about an exacta for Slim there?
Wow.
Crazy. All
Nice.
right.
Me.
Good job, Slim. Bad job, me. Holy cow. Listen, I would have. Now, I don't know. We weren't watching together, you guys. But did you guys, when they rounded the turn, were you guys on here saying, boy, Cinnabunny looks good?
Yeah. I when she passed the 4, I'm like, she hasn't been asked yet. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, she's about to draw off. And then Magic's like, nope, she's dropping anchor. And I was just like, and then like my feed caught up. I was like, oh.
Ricky, you're shaking your head. You didn't like Cinnabunny ever?
No. So one of the things that we've talked about on the Rocket Hour, there's a difference when you're going 22-2 and you're cruising, and 22-2 with a horse right to your outside. And that's what she saw the entire time. And I think that wore her down. I didn't see dropping the anchor, but there again, she wasn't just a full length in front of everyone. The 4, This My Time, was right there. And you could see that This My Time was put to a test really, really quickly. And I think Samich said it, the 3, Bronx Beauty, was sitting the perfect trip right behind. The 6, Pacific Gale, was sitting the perfect trip right behind. And so did the 8, Sound Machine, but I think Sound Machine was a little too wide. The 3 and 6 looked very, very strong. It was probably a battle, in my opinion, between those 2 as they started to make their way around the far turn.
I told Jared as they rounded the turn that the 3 looked to be the most dangerous one, and then I scanned back and saw the 6, and I thought, well, that horse is moving good too. Samich, you kind of mentioned the 6 and how they in the pre-show here, and how they always send the 6, and then comes from out space. Yeah,
and the horse is 0 for 7 at 7 furlongs going into this race. Did have 3 seconds, but each one of those was a pace presence. And in this case, horse sits from off the pace and just pounces around 45-1. It's a pretty quick fractions for 7 furlongs. So, 45-1 is pretty fast out there. And so the 6 just kind of took advantage of that trip and was able to go right by. Cinnabunny wanted nothing to do with 7 furlongs, absolutely gave it up in the last furlong. This Is My Time kind of kept going, but I don't think ever had a chance at winning the race. I don't think at any point the 4 looked like a winner, even though it finished second here.
No, I agree. The 4, I'm shocked that the 4, I stopped watching when Cinnabunny shit the bed, but I'm shocked that the 4 got second, because like you said, at the top of the stretch, it's like, okay, well, they're riding the 4 as hard as they can and not making up any ground, and then get second. That's wild. That kind of shows you that they were stopping up front, probably, and so the 6 goes by. Man, I don't know what to say about that one. I'm really surprised at that outcome and the way that race was contested. Jared, do you have any final thoughts?
I think Samich said, that she doesn't want anything to do with that distance, I guess, because she looked like a winner until she absolutely did not look like a winner. I mean, that's how quick that changed. That was frustrating, because I really thought she would run a better race. She ran faster fractions, at Park. So I know changing tracks changes the fractions a little bit. She's maybe just a cut below, and I mean, if Brad Cox can't get it done, then no one can, I guess. So a lot of people worried about, and I know, Vinny, you mentioned Nick's go after that. Is that, I mean, I know, Vinny, you think so, but I mean,
yeah.
Do you think that's a concern?
Yeah, I think, I definitely think it's a concern. I mean, I thought that was an easier spot for Brad Cox to get a win than the Pegasus. And it's another horse stretching out to a distance he hasn't really run great at before. So I do think it's concerning.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little stunned. Vinny, I know you got to go just real quick.
Yeah,
So
I'll be back.
Okay,
Yep, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not as concerned about Nick's go off this effort. And my main reason is because, like I said before the race started, this horse has failed at 7 furlongs before. And so we have proof on paper this horse didn't want 7 furlongs. Whereas with Nick's go, the last 3 races specifically, you're seeing the horse get a mile and 16th rather easily. And we have not seen the horse try a mile and 8th yet. So to me, there was something on paper here that led us to believe that this horse couldn't get that distance. Whereas with Nick's go, it's more of we'll wait and see. But the last couple prove that I don't think that I would be surprised if Nick's go stops that badly. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, me too. I'm not like extremely shocked at the 6-1, but I'm just shocked it's like you're not anywhere where like close to the lead. Like if that horse gets out in front and wires him, just holds on, then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But how she won makes just very little sense to me. Wow. All right, so let's just wash that off, right? Let's go to
on the page.
Now we could do this. But Ricky, you want to say something? Go ahead, real quick.
No, I think Samich is right, but I the only other thing I want to it's like we kind of talked about the 2 didn't have the distance at that one spot. If you just everyone has a chance to look at their PPs, this horse just wasn't contested at all. So when she finally had someone in the 4, this my time, who's going to be there, we kind of saw that. We've seen this with a lot of horses, and we're not going to get into the history of this, but it's like when you see a horse is tested for the first time, you were going to see what they're made of, and she probably just isn't really good enough to run with a contested field like this.
Nobody hit the super high 5 in that race. In an 8-horse race, no one hit the super high 5.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Moves us past the first leg of.
It's been rough.
I mean, what can you do? Like, it's rough, but what can you do? It's like, no one hit it. I mean, so it's hard. So we move on to race 10, 20 minutes to post. Halterman, a play that we use in the guide from value standpoint. It's sitting at 7-2 now. Off the 10-1 morning line, number 7, Tide of the Sea.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there after that huge jump down from 10-1?
I'm really not shocked. Maybe 7-2 is a little too short. I thought it'd be about cut in half to 5-1.
Maybe it will.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, in Samich, I saw your tweet a little earlier today, or maybe that was last night. I can't remember. It's just like with so much talk on Twitter, the 10 or the 7's not going to be 10-1. So, well, not shocked, but I almost take it as a good sign, right? People are seeing what we're seeing with that 7. I'll still take, I'll take 7-2, even if it means we get a winner here. So, this is a really good race. I really think if you like Largent, like you do, Samich, you have to like the number 1 in this race, right? Is that why you leaned with the number 1 here?
Yeah, I mean, I have the number 1 on top. The 7 was my other must use, and guess what? Those are the 2 that faced Largent and breaking the rules. Were the 2 horses I like in the Pegasus Turf, right? So if I like those 2, you kind of naturally gravitate toward the 1, the 7, and the 11 in this spot, who ran 2nd, 4th, and 5th to those 2 horses running 1st and 3rd. And so I believe that was the best race kind of leading into this day of racing. And to me, it looks like this is another one where, I think that you have to kind of lean on the 1, the 7, and the 11 is the kind of 3 classy horses here. There's also just not very much pace in this race, and all 3 of those horses want to be forwardly placed, which I think plays to the style that we can expect from a winner here as well.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point. And Nick Seaver says another twist of fate is taking a bunch of money in the doubles. So the doubles he's meaning in the next race that he looks to be the favorite right now, or at least taking a bunch of money in the doubles. So that is something to think about. Ricky, I'll kick it to you in this race. Where are you leaning? What do you think here?
Yeah, I went with Doswell. I don't know if we talked about it earlier. I really, really like Doswell. To Samich's point, if you like Largent at all, then you're going to like Doswell. I am a little shocked that the Mike Maker Tide of the Sea is getting hit this much personally. I just think if you're going to focus in on that race, and I think most of us are, that those are the 2 logical ones. I know you guys don't like Sadler's Joy, but I do think that Sadler's Joy, if we look at the last race, and I'm a North Dakota fan, not an actual state, but of the horse North Dakota. And he's proven he could do it at Gulfstream. He's 4 for 6 in the money here. I know I might be talking past the sale, but he's run this distance before. I think one of the things that I like to look for when you have an abnormal distance, and we've talked about this on the Rocket Hour, like 7.5 furlongs on the turf, or about 7.5, or something crazy like this. It is always nice to see that in the past performances, a horse has gone this distance before. So I don't know if he'll be too far back, to Samich's point, because if it's a slow pace, he's not going to be able to close. But I still do believe he's the best closer of this group.
I think you're right about that. I'll give you, gentlemen, give you the option. Do you want to talk a little bit about this race first, or do you want to talk a little bit about the second race at Santa Anita, which is 8 minutes away from running?
That one's a little intriguing, isn't it?
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah.
All right. So the second race.
Where are we? How long are we to this race?
This race for like
We got 17 minutes.
18.
Yeah, so we have some time.
Talk Santa Anita, because
Yeah.
this is a good one.
So just we'll turn real quick to the Derby Trail. We saw a really good horse at Gulfstream Park in the 6th race earlier today. Here at Santa Anita, it's a 4-horse maiden special weight field going 1 mile. So you're like, well, why are we talking about this? Well, the number 1 Fenway is bet down as the 4-5 favorite right now for Bob Baffert. He was claimed in the league this week. He has a ton of hype. If you saw his recent workout, he buried Freedom Fighter. And Freedom Fighter is supposed to be a pretty good horse. Looked like a good horse on debut. 8-5 is the Great One, who finished second in the Los Alamitos Futurity by a whisker, almost won the thing. So you have the Great One, who is graded stakes placed, versus a first-time starter for Bob Baffert. And by the Bob Baffert is the favorite at 4-5. So talk a little bit about what do you expect from these two horses.
Well, obviously, Fenway being a I don't know if Magic and Samich are over that yet. But losing the shake to
Over what?
Samich is just learning that they actually tried to claim Fenway, and
Is that donkey A, B, or C? I don't know.
Magic's still upset about it. But no, I mean Fenway obviously is kind of the next Bezos, and Fenway seem to be the two Baffert horses that are unraced, that are kind of the most highly touted right now. So not shocking to see the price, but yeah, I mean. This is, we saw it in the last earlier on the card when we saw the favorite go down at Gulfstream Park, and of course the Prevalence came through, and now all of a sudden looks super legit. And I'm going to guess we're going to have a shake on Monday to talk, or Tuesday, I guess, to talk about that. But Fenway already owned. I think Fenway's got. I mean, you've got to expect a kind of a dominating performance here, right? Because I mean that's what they claimed Fenway for, to think that he was going to be that kind of horse.
Yeah, he's getting bet like a horse that's going to run pretty big on debut, and it's not very often that a horse runs for the first time ever against a graded stakes placed horse. So that's pretty unbelievable. I want to make a quick comment as far as the Magic Mike team, a horse from their barn last year, Chestertown. Finally won an Aqueduct. Everybody, Chestertown.
Mucho yesterday, Chestertown today. You got to be in front in the league, right?
You guys are forgetting. You guys are trying to play in a dynasty league. What we're doing is 1 year at a time.
And speaking of the dynasty, there's Vinny from Real Dynasty joining us once again.
Back.
All right, good to see you again, Vinny. Vinny, since you're back, we were talking about Fenway and the Great One at Santa Anita getting ready to run. So. That's kind of what we were covering if you missed it. Do you have any opinions on this race coming up?
I don't. I have not looked at it.
That's riveting commentary from Vinny
sorry.
from
I'm
Real
sorry.
Dynasty.com.
I don't look out west often, but
yeah. Well, let's go to a guy that looks out west almost exclusively. Let's go to Magic. And Magic, what is your thoughts on what we're getting ready to see here at Santa Anita? I look up at the board now. Fenway, even money. And the Great One, 9-5.
So obviously Mike and I wanted to get this horse. We thought we were getting cute because for our fantasy league, points-wise, you get 5 points if you win any race that isn't a normal prep. So I was like, we're going to get him. We're going to get that first win, get the 5 points, and then then he'll go on to stakes races, and we won't have to shake for him, because that was my fear, is that he's going to do well. We're going to have to shake for him, and John White outsmarted us once again. So,
no, he didn't outsmart us. He won a shake.
That's true.
I was going to say, yeah, you guys were the same length of smartness there.
He outlucked us. How about that? We were at the same wit level, but our luck level is still doing this. Listen, he's obviously, Baffert keeps drawing the rail with all of his horses, especially in the debut, but that doesn't usually seem to be an issue for him. Especially going a mile is going to be helpful for getting that inside position. At the price, because he's now 3 to 5 on my feed, the Great One is 2 to 1. I think the Great One is better value at 2 to 1. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the private clocker Andy Harrington, but he's kind of considered like the be-all, end-all for clockers at Santa Anita. It's who John White trusts a lot for his morning line setting. He didn't give Fenway a very good last workout rating, so he seems to think that the Great One is actually going to win this one, or has a better chance, I should say, than Fenway based off of their last works. So I just thought that was interesting, but it is Baffert. It's a $650,000 son of Into Mischief. Why the hell is this horse not going to win?
That's why we have Magic on. That's some really good commentary there. Samich, you want to say something? Looks like you want to say something.
Yeah, I want to be contrarian here. Affable, the 4-horse. Why are we just ignoring this horse? I mean, the Great One ran an 81 buyer last time out over Los Alamitos, which is a turf track, not a dirt track. His best 2 buyers prior to that were both over turf. So why are we so sure that the Great One's going to fire a big shot here? Also doesn't really want the distance and needs the leads. Only passed 1 horse in his career. We're assuming Fenway is going to be the faster of the 2 out of the gate because it's a Baffert horse firing from the rail. So, I mean, I think that the 4-horse is the best value in the race at 3 to 1. And I would argue that that's the way you start doubles or start pick 3s here and just single that horse up, because that's going to be the one that everyone's leaving off.
Magic, do you want to take Affable real quick?
Not really. I don't want Affable. No.
No, why though? I'm asking why, because I know you know this California circuit. Why don't you want to take Affable? They set you up to either agree or disagree. Now do it.
No, you asked me if I would take him, and I said no, thank you.
Okay, now say why exactly. I set it up for you.
Hang on, let me drink some more chili. I just think that I like the Great One. I think that the how well he ran in his test at Los Al. I know Simon keeps saying it's a turf track, but it was actually dirt that he ran on. So, don't forget that little factor in it too. Especially with 4 horses in here, who's going to take the speed? Is it the Great One because he's got the Nyquist speed in him? Is it Fenway because he's got the Baffert speed built into him? I'm not really sure what's going to happen there.
Well, we agree that Affable is actually faster than the Great One, though, right?
We'll see what happens.
A little $20 head-to-head. I'll take Affable. You can have Great One.
Well, no, because I've been playing the live bankroll part of the wagering guide. I don't know if I have $20 that I can spend yet. So.
You do. You're up $4 if you played it, actually.
Yeah,
up $4.
Up $4.
Yeah, you're up $4, and there's still 3 races left. Ricky, real quick, I think they're getting ready to go on the gate, but you did a product for Santa Anita today. What did you think of the second race?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll cop out, and I used all 3 just to kind of advance. I think
Did
I
you
only.
use the 4?
Well, I didn't hear.
Did you use the 5?
No, I didn't use 5.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So you went with Q4.
No, I said I used all 3. I didn't say I used the whole field. Sorry.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 4. Right.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm more interested for you guys in terms of the league. I don't know who has what. I don't like in terms of these horses. So I'm excited to see this race. I don't know nearly as much about the West Coast as like Magic does, obviously. So hearing that is
the Great One. I forgot.
The Killer Bees have the Great One, and John and Ryan have Fenway.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not know the Great One was owned in the league.
It was
Second round.
pick.
He was a second round pick.
Yeah.
I didn't know either. Actually, I'm looking at.
Simon and I don't give a shit about who's on the other team. Okay?
I heard hype about the Great One before the horse debuted. Like I heard about that horse because of the ERJ thing and because of how he named it. It's Eric Johnson who plays for the Colorado Avalanche. He names his horses after hockey players. Yeah. Naming one after Wayne Gretzky and spending as much as he did and giving it to O'Neill, who's his boy, kind of tipped the hand on whether or not that horse was supposed to be good before whatever broke from the gate.
Hey, Samich, who hit the turn first? Was it the 2 or the 4? I'm trying to see. I can't.
It was the 1.
My feed's a little behind.
My feed. I'm watching on the Naira feed, so my feed is very behind on that.
They're pretty much next to each other, and the turn was the reason.
There's a length difference there. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Yeah. So the turn was the reason, yeah.
Hey, just based off of the hype of Fenway, there's 0 chance he loses from here, right?
If he's the real deal, yeah.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
Is that justified out there? Because it kind of looks.
He's big. He's got a lot of muscle.
The 5's going to win by 3.
That'd be unreal.
That'd be Ricky's favorite jockey to do it too.
He is my favorite. That is true. He is my
20.
favorite jockey. That is
20.
true.
Yeah.
So 45-7 going a mile here on top. Here comes the great one to challenge Fenway. So here comes the question. And Affable is coming up as well. So we got a 3-horse race here.
Yeah.
Affable's making a pretty strong move.
Yeah, the 4 is the answer. The 2 is the question.
Bye-bye, Fenway.
One is
Bye-bye.
oh my God.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
The 1 just pulled a Cinnabunny, okay? The 1.
Bye-bye, Fenway. Bye-bye, Fenway.
Did he?
Bye-bye,
killer
4-horse. Bye-bye,
I'm glad we
4-horse.
lost the shake.
Oh,
Magic, are you happy about the shake loss now?
I'm also happy that the 2 was distancing everybody. This is the
Oh
most correct
wow.
I've been in like 2 weeks, and I am
Wow.
retiring.
The
Sorry.
one just the one just threw in that huge anchor. That was bad.
That was bad.
one was last. The 5 outran
Wow.
the 1.
Poor tough luck, Bob.
Oh, God.
You hate to see it.
No.
You
Do
hate
you have
to
a
see it.
tissue? Oh, my God. Oh, you mean tough luck?
That was a good.
Horse.
He must have gotten Cox's stuff with Cinnabunny.
Yeah, it's a bad batch, guys. It's
Not a bad final. Not a great final time, but not a bad one. 137. He was geared down.
The key was
horse.
going into the far turn. Cedillo peaked. He was starting to pass, and he looked to see where the 4 was, and then he looked. He did one like that, and that was when the 2 took off.
Yeah, it was a good race from Great One.
Yeah.
So can I go around the room just real quick, and then we'll go back to Gulfstream, I promise. But we saw Prevalence run a hell of a race. And
You know what? This is why you're doing such a good job.
we saw before I was rudely interrupted. We saw just kidding. We saw Prevalence run a great race, going 7 furlongs at Gulfstream Park Race 6, and then we just saw the great one run a very strong race at a mile at Santa Anita. Ricky, I'll start with you since you're next to me. More impressive, the great one or Prevalence?
I'm going to say Prevalence. I was absolutely shocked. I thought on paper that was going to be a really, really good race, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of those runners kind of bounce back. Maybe not in their next start or whatever, but I would be shocked if a lot of those runners don't improve in a big way in their second start. I think we talked about this yesterday. I don't know if we texted about it or we were on the show saying it. That looked like one of those races where it could be one of the best maiden special weight races of the month at Gulfstream. So I think that was definitely more impressive. And I think to do in a much bigger field at Gulfstream on Pegasus Day is just on paper is much more impressive. And the great one had a bunch of starts under his belt. So I would say the 6 Prevalence.
Great comments, by the way, as Ricky was talking. Prevalence is Ricky's answers. Samich, what do you think?
Prevalence, it's pretty easy. We don't know what he just beat. I mean, that's the problem. We have no clue. Fenway looked bad, and I thought Affable was the better price there, but Affable clearly did not want anything to do with the mile either. So I think you have no clue what the great one just beat. And Spielberg, I mean, that's not exactly a gangbuster, and that's who we lost to last time out.
Sorry, I'm jackassing around while you're talking, but I don't even know who you said. So, Vinny, let's go to you. Who did you like the best?
I think Prevalence with them. I mean, if you look at that race, besides Prevalence, Stage Raider came in second there, justifies half brother who had a lot of hype going in, and then the Pletcher horse who you have on your team, Jared, finished third. Mm-hmm. So it's not like that race was filled with bombs who came in. Like the horses who were supposed to run finished second and third there. He just ran. I mean, I think that was probably a very freak effort by Prevalence, but yeah, I think he beat a better group than the great one just beat.
Mr. Welch, what do you think?
I know you're waiting for this. No, I agree. I agree with what everything Vinny just said. Actually, I think that I don't think the way that Gulfstream Park race was. I think you give a lot of credit to Prevalence. I think he's a legit horse. I think he's going to be a very highly claimed horse on Monday, including myself and Halterman. I also think you don't take much away from the second and third horses. The 2 hyped horses going well, at least Stage Raider being the really hyped horse as far as betting, because Ollie really wasn't hyped in the betting, but obviously a big time purchase and on my team. Both those horses ran well, and I think both horses will run well moving forward. Listen, I mean,
I'm listening.
Fenway, there's no way Fenway should lose that race, considering the way he ran. I mean, what we were used to seeing from a Bob Baffert type horse that's got the kind of hype that Fenway had going in the race. He goes to the lead, he goes and wins, and then we move on, and we're like, oh, Fenway's the next great horse. I mean, you talk about he made Cinnabunny look like Cinnabunny had some guts. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, geez, he stopped. So I don't think Fenway's done in my book. The Great One's really good. I'd be happy to own that horse, but I think Prevalence for me.
Magic is dying to give his opinion. Magic, Prevalence, or the Great One?
Prevalence for me as well. We'll make it a clean sweep for everybody. Listen, when I was prepping for the draft, I messaged a really smart man, much smarter than me. His name is John Lees, and I asked John what he thought about a certain horse. Not
I
this
thought
one.
you were talking about me.
I thought you could say my name.
I knew it wasn't my name.
I didn't talk to any of you, including my partner, about the draft. So as you could see in the draft. No, I asked John Lees what he thought about a different horse by Nyquist, and he said he has some concerns, even though Nyquist won the Derby, about how well they'll actually be able to handle the distance overall. Especially based on the breeding. This horse is out of a mare by El Corridor, who was a Bob Baffert trained, ironically. Big sprint winner. He won a couple of turf races in the mile distance, but there isn't distance here that I think this horse can extend. Mile and a 16th maybe. It's Santa Anita. He's probably going to be competitive, but you guys are all saying Prevalence faced a much better field. You're going to see a lot more horses come out of that race and move forward than what you saw. I mean, Fenway's about to go join editor-in-chief at Turfway Park in a second here.
Question on that with the editor-in-chief. Is he still with Baffert?
Nope.
Okay.
Ooh. No, it's that classic. We paid way too much for you. Baffert doesn't want me anymore thing.
I was like I saw you post that earlier that he was at Turfway now, and I was like, I don't think Baffert sends horses to Turfway. I wonder who he's with now.
He's done this with a lot of horses recently, where he sends them when he gives up on them after like one or two races. He sends them to Turfway. Usually, Rudy Brissett gets them out there.
Okay,
Magic. I'll give you your opinion on that because you kind of touched on it. Do you think you think there's more winners out of the Gulfstream Park race underneath? As far as the also rans versus what you just saw.
Well, there were three horses there, and there were like 10
okay. Let's get the top three or the top two. I'm sorry. The two.
Before we do that, we got 1 minute to Gulfstream.
Okay.
By the way, the Great One is the one you want out of the two horses that ran today. Okay, 1 minute to Gulfstream Park. Yeah, listen, we'll just go through real quick since we've dicked around a lot here. Ricky, top pick, and then horse to use underneath. Go.
Doswell and Tide of the Sea.
Very good following directions. Mike.
Doswell and Temple because of the price.
Oh, love it. Vinny.
I have Temple on top, and I have Doswell second.
My goodness, pound that exacta, Jared.
You're high if you want the Great One over Prevalence. I will do Doswell and give me Sir Sahib under the price.
Ooh,
11-1.
Sahib.
Going for the home court advantage with Stronach Stables.
Sleepy Eyes Magic. Who do you like?
I'm going to go Doswell, and I'm going to go Channel Cat. Jack Sisterson's been real hot in these big races lately, man. Let's see what happens underneath there with Channel Cat.
So play Doswell in a super over Temple, Tide of the Sea, Channel Cat. Let's go.
Channel Cat, sired by English Channel, standing at Calumet Farm. All right, so we are 1 minute to post here.
Aaron, did you give yours?
No, I didn't. I'm the host, Mike. I don't have to do it. No, I listen. I really like the 7 Tide of the Sea. Just serious on a serious note, real quick.
4-1, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We're having a lot of fun on the show, but on a serious note, swear to God, as soon as I looked at the past performances, Tide of the Sea jumped out on the screen for me. So I really like Tide of the Sea to win the race. I handicapped the race at first without morning line odds, and I kind of thought the horse would be 5-1. Which may be what we get, but we got 10-1 morning line. That was crazy. But listen, I cannot fault Doswell at all. This horse is the class of the field, coming out of a really, really strong race, a race that should have an impact in the Pegasus World Cup Turf Race 11 that we'll talk about next. So can't fault it, but I have the 7 on top and the 1 in second. I think those are the two you pound here. All right, guys, where are you at on your feet here?
They're walking onto the turf.
Walking on the turf.
Yeah, that's two. Here, real quick, let's do this. Any interest in the Argentinian-bred Miranek, whatever? Any interest for anybody here? No?
No.
Bottom of your super at the best.
Okay, so put this horse on top, Mackie Man 13.
Yeah.
After how we've done today, I think this is the winner of the race.
Winning for fun. Yeah.
The distance shouldn't be a problem. But I'm not sure the turf.
my big issue with this horse was that it went to Ward, and then now they're trying the horse on turf in North America after they took the horse away from Ward.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
that was
tell you why.
Yeah, sure.
It's because that trainer wasn't able to travel to Kentucky, and she had been stabling in California with Blake Heap, who was Wesley Ward's assistant in California. So Blake Heap said, "Just send it to Wesley. He'll be the trainer of record this time." She's gotten it back. If you see the trainer changes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, because that was kind of my thing was like, why wouldn't Wesley put this horse on the turf?
Right. Yeah. No, it's a good question. I'm glad you asked it.
And they're off. It's a pretty slow pace here compared to the rest of them. And Tide of the Sea looks to be going right to the lead with Doswell on the inside.
That's pretty much how we thought it was going to be, right? Like I'd handicapped with those two somehow being on the front end.
Temple 11-1 to 7-1 after the break. So Temple takes all the late money here. And Tide of the Sea is just galloping out all by himself in front. I would say the 7 is pretty dangerous in that spot right there.
Yeah, 24 flat, a very comfortable hold too on the 7 there.
You compare that to the 23-47 and change of the last time they went 1.5 miles too. These are dawdling fractions compared to the last time they went 3 turns at Gulfstream Park in this card. 9 horse succeeding surpass is sitting a nice trip.
I'll ask you guys
went up 8-5.
What do you guys like to look for in these long turf marathon? What kind of like the horse? Do you like it to just see that the jockey's got a strong hold? Do you like the jockey just to be loose? How do you want to see your horse this early in a long race, Vinny?
I like him not not covered up, like kind of run, like not running in the pack. Like usually these turf races, they end up spreading out like this. So I like seeing my horse like not running on the inside of horses or just run it. Like I really like where Temple's sitting, even though I don't think the pace is gonna work for him here.
And he's sitting too wide back in 4th right now with where
right. Is. Yeah, like I like that because he's in the clear. He's not gonna have traffic issues. Like I hate taking the deep closers in this race that sit on the rail and then they got to fight their way through 10 horses just to try to find the lead.
Tyler Gaffleon looks like he's got like 2 handfuls of rein trying to keep Tide of the Sea down there.
And he also had his heels in front of the strap, which is something I don't like. I would rather they're comfortable and their heels are kind of where they are now. Like he looks pretty comfortable now, and Temple is loaded, P.S.
Oh, my God, look at Temple coming.
He's
better go, Tyler. You better go. Nope, it's too late. Temple's
But yeah, okay, the 147 is going to be, okay, can we get the 11 to run up here? 147-11 would be incredible, those 4.
4 to the lead. Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, the 4 cut the 1 off.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, 11. Don't let Sadler's Joy pass.
Oh, Tide of the Sea fighting back. Tide of the Sea fighting back. Tide of the Sea has got that 1. Holy smokes, that was a nice one.
7-4, 1-5, 11.
Sadler's Joy in 4th is like the lock of the century. There we go.
Really?
Wow.
Damn it.
Gate to wire. Good job, Jared. That was your top pick there, buddy.
I'm out of my... Oh, that hurt.
You didn't have Tide of the Sea?
I didn't use it. I played that small pick. I had that small pick 6 ticket where I was alive to the 4 and the 1. That was it.
Oh, that's the small one. That's okay. No,
that was it.
Fine.
Yep.
I get the 2.5.
So I believe, gentlemen, we in the live bankroll guide there. So I'm going to do this right because they're muted right now. The live bankroll guide just effing crushed it. We had the trifecta for $1, it looks like, and we had $10 to win on Tide of the Sea at 4-1, and that is all Jared Welch and Aaron Halterman. Guys, you caught up. You guys were celebrating in the background. Talk to us.
What happened?
Nice.
Who won? Who won the race?
Nice.
Who won the race? I think it was Tide of the Sea.
Who got 2nd and 3rd?
I think it was Temple and Doswell, who I think we had in the trifecta in the guide.
Wow!
Woo!
Yes, sir! That is a 4-1 over a 7-1 over an 8-5 try. We had the win bet.
$10
to win on the winner. My boy Halterman liked that horse. We said we got to play that horse at that price. Even though he was bet down, we had to play that horse at that price. The 4 runs well. The 1 runs well. We got the try home. That's going to pay.
I did play the exacta, so not total loss, but
Vinny, calm down. We're live on the air. Okay, you can't show that kind of emotion.
Way too much energy, Vinny. Way too much energy. Tone it back.
No, the great thing about that, guys, is now we're locked into a profit, and then we can just have a lot of fun with these last 2 races and not have to just wet bullets. So,
good.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm really excited. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, Listen, when they came head and head, I was screaming like a freaking maniac. I was like, oh my God, he's going to get past. Please get up one so at least we get the try. And I was like, that motherfucker is coming back.
What did we play that for in the live bankroll? Was that $1 or $2?
$1 try. We had the try for $1, and we have $10 to win on the 7. So
you get 40 on the win alone, and then that try. But that horse in first and second, that's gonna pay. That's gonna pay well.
I don't know. Yeah, let's see what it pays here.
Exactly $33, 7-4 for $1.
Not bad.
So the try will be 100, right? Probably.
20, yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
I got the super high 5.
Ooh, you hit it?
Yeah, 27.
Nice.
Nice. If that's a pretty logical one for you got good odds on those ones.
It's the top 5 we talked about. I mean, if you think
Hey, can I give a shout out to one of my best friends on this feed, Ricky P. Sadler's Joy, great pick. Got 4th. Man is racing.
Lock of the century is him being 4th.
I'm alive in the pick 6, 5, and 4. So. No, I don't.
That's called BDE, baby. Big dick energy coming from Ricky P. Look at that.
I'm minding my own business here with about an hour left. Just minding my business. Everyone, don't worry. I'm minding my own business.
Did you use Storm the Court?
So to be fair,
I would never use that horse. If that horse was running against me in a 100-meter sprint, I wouldn't use that horse.
So what are you going to do when it wins in about 35 minutes?
We got that one home, whereas the top group didn't, or the bottom group did not. We were on the bottom, weren't we?
No, we were on the top.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys screwed it up.
we picked that horse.
We were on the top.
Yeah, you couldn't even.
Hey, at least this way, if Code of Honor wins, it's not my fault we didn't cash.
Hey, didn't we all? We were all over as far as like that real quick rapid thing we did, the 7, the 4, and the 1 too. So if you listen to the live stream, you didn't buy anything, and you just listen to the live stream, you should have cashed there if you. Got lucky. So
Those are literally the 5 we talked about. Those are the logical horses right there. We talked about Doswell, Tide of the Sea, and Channel Cat coming out of the race, which now plays even better for Largent and for breaking the rules. Those two, watch out.
yeah, I don't even know what you said, man. Not paying any attention to what anybody's saying.
It's gonna be 107 for the try.
$107 for the try. Okay,
For $1, yeah.
okay, that's good.
7 maybe.
Solid, very solid. Now listen, when you've had a day that's just like you've been right a couple times, but you just haven't had that big cash. It's good to get that one home. So that's why we were acting maybe a little crazier than we should. But that's $150 cash basically.
$150 cash,
So-
and then basically secures.
It does secure. Yeah.
You know, we have I think we have a total of about $90, I
Yeah.
believe,
So-
left as betting. So it secures another positive ROI. Hopefully, it keeps going up, right? But if it doesn't, at least we needed that one to get us secure. So.
Yeah, exactly. We came in the same situation the last 2 races of the Breeders' Cup where we've secured a profit. Now we need to, let's really maximize the last 2 races, and we got that big exacta in the Breeders' Cup turf. So, Magic, you said you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Wise Dan had that try for $10.
Wow.
My man.
Yep.
Yeah, 107 and
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Dan just made $1,000 on that race.
Super High
change.
5 paid $2,300.
Ooh.
Wow, nice.
There's some BDE right there.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
It's raining. Catch those dollars. Catch those dollars. We
Man,
need Slim now. We're on a high. Now we need Slim to come in. The actual person that is high.
It's about that time. It's about Slim time,
Give me one more. Woo! All right. Now let's move on to the co-feature race on the card. It's race 11, the Pegasus World Cup turf, 1 mile and 3/16, the Preakness distance on the turf. Seriously though, let's kick it off to race 11 because, oh my God, I just clicked over to race 11. We have 33 minutes. What the hell are we going to talk about for 33
I don't
minutes?
know.
the 9th at Aqueduct. is coming
BDE
home.
going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the BDE is gone. I'm going to have to get
Gotta
another
get
drink. Yeah, let's kick it off with a little bit of this, though, real quick. Real slow, actually, with 33 minutes. First time looking at the odds. I love to do this. I think it's really interesting when this happens. The favorite, and I'm going to kick it to Samich first because I think he's going to go insane. The favorite at 5-2 right now, another twist of fate. Samich, let's go to your thoughts.
Good. Thank you. I'm happy that no, honestly, like this is weird because spoiler alert, in the guide, everyone but me picked Another Twist of Fate in the top 2.
Yeah.
And like I think it was either everyone or everyone but one person. I don't get it. Someone needs to like I trust all of your handicapping abilities.
I got my hand up.
I don't get it. Like I don't why does everyone like Another Twist of Fate so much?
He's the only horse in the race that has run a triple-digit buyer and won without Lasix. I mean, I'm sure he's getting something else, but all the stake races today are without Lasix.
That's why I like him. There's something else.
He won his last race without Lasix.
Okay, I don't.
And he ran a triple-digit buyer without Lasix.
And who did he beat? And what? Like,
nobody. I'm just saying
okay.
that was my logic was that there was. I don't know how everybody else is going to do without running on like running without Lasix.
So you're willing to take a horse that you believe is inferior, but because they didn't have Lasix and ran once a triple-digit buyer, they should be the favorite.
I mean, is he inferior though? I mean, not like I mean,
you think Bob and Jackie would run second in this race?
Yeah.
This field isn't like
I agree with you there.
Right. It's not a great field, but I mean Bob and Jackie ran second, but I mean it's not like it was close. I mean, he kind of Another Twist of Fate kind of just took the lead and then coasted home there with Rosario.
I guess I don't like that race at all.
I don't like the price. I don't like the price right now. I saying 5 to 1. I was 4 or 5 to 1. It's like, okay, I'm willing to use that logic that maybe he's the only he can run another triple-digit buyer without Lasix. But at 5, if he's going to get bet down, definitely would look somewhere else.
Who is the best horse this horse has ever beaten? Ever?
Oh, probably nobody. He hasn't beaten anybody.
Like the one race he ran against horses was the Preakness, and he got absolutely shellacked.
Yeah.
So my anytime this guy steps up in class, he gets blown out, and the Rosario Peter Miller thing obviously throws a monkey wrench into this because we all know what could be happening there. But this horse should be 15 to 1, not 5 to 2, and I can't see the 5 to 2 price. I just can't. I can't get there.
What are the odds on Colonel Liam? Because what I'm looking at
3 to 1.
Okay. Yeah, I'd much rather have 3 to 1 on Colonel Liam. And this was the point that I think I was making to Aaron the other day. Forget about the race that he was in last time out. If you look at the Saratoga Derby and pick Domestic Spending, Guffaw, and No Word, tell me those 3 are, in my opinion, are probably all favorites in this spot, especially the top 2. So that's the race where I made the point. I said, I like that 4th place effort. It's Mike, to your point, against a lot of some of these horses wins because that field, that Saratoga Derby, in my opinion, is better than this field. And I don't think it's all that close. So that's why I really like Colonel Liam. And then last time out, again, I don't really know what he faced. I think it was more of and Don Juan Kitten's a nice horse, but I don't think Don Juan Kitten really all matches up to this field. But I think that if you're looking at a race 2 start back, to finish 4th by less than a length against those turf runners at Saratoga, you're something. So we talked about Todd Pletcher already, so we don't need to.
Yeah, that was my whole thing with this race is that you look up and down the field, you look and it's like, well, nobody's really beaten anybody. Like you're either beaten anybody great or run good against anybody great. Besides, I mean, if you're going.
Right, but currently those same horses ran against Storm the Court, which everyone else hates, and he was 2 lengths behind him.
And I agree with you in Storm the Court. I think Storm the Court fits here.
So if Colonel Liam fits, Storm the Court fits.
Yeah, that's fine. I like a horse that's won. I like a horse that's won since I graduated high school.
I won since last week, Ricky.
Well, that's fine. Then he has. Some of these other horses would have won last week. I think this was Aaron. What did I say yesterday? What was the date? I said November 1st, 2019. I said, do you remember the date?
Yes.
You're like, yep, that was the last time Storm the Court won.
I mean, you just look at just some of these horses just haven't beaten anybody or finished behind horses that are not that great. I mean, even I know you like Large and Samich, but what he beat Doswell last time. He just went off at 8 to 5 and just couldn't pass anybody. He sat 3rd that whole race and he just couldn't pass anybody.
He also beat Tide of the Sea.
True. But
we just won that race.
Right. I'm just saying, some of these, I feel like some of these runners just haven't really run against anybody, haven't run well against anybody great. Like, say the Word finished third to Arklow. Is that kind of like the benchmark of like, is Arklow really the benchmark of horses that have like in this spot?
To talk about the Storm the Court in the Hollywood Derby.
Just hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick. We're welcoming.
I got a message for Curtis. Noodle arms, as Mike Myers has called them. Noodle arms. I'm going to show you what noodle arms look like. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Look, this is live on air, folks. I can't make this up. Look at the shirt too, by the way.
Sorry to interrupt your.
You're fine. This is well worth it.
To get to.
We burned a good 8 minutes there for you.
Noodle arms. Magic's new name is Noodle Arms. What up, boys? I'm alive in a pick 5. I'm alive in a pick 4. Let's get this money, Pacific Gale, baby.
Talk about big dick energy, Slim in the house.
Well,
All right, baby. I listened to the Magic Mike show, and I didn't even like the Tide of the Sea. Got that Tide of the Sea in there because of my boy Samich. Great pick there. And then I got my number 1 pick now is Largent in this race, so I'm hoping.
No love, Aaron.
listen,
I know, no love for
you know
this
what,
guy.
Slim? You're my favorite.
And I got another twist of fate. Those are my 2 picks.
Listen, no.
On my pick 5. I'm allowed to those 2 in the pick 5. So.
You just gave so much credit for Tide of the Sea. You go to racingdudes.com, you look at free picks, and Tide of the Sea is the top pick today.
Oh.
You give Samich all the credits? Come on. I thought
I
we
get a good coherent argument. You just put
Sorry.
some words on the screen.
I don't even look at the box. I'm sorry.
There's a lot happening
Listen,
in this feed here.
Hold on.
All right, sorry.
He's already. I've got.
Mahomes out. Who you got? So Slim, you're 2 deep here.
Yeah. And the pick 4, I'm 3 deep. I threw my Colonel Liam in there. So the pick 5, though.
I'm with you, Slim. I'm alive too. I'm with you.
Beautiful Pacific Gale. Cheers, Ricky. That was unbelievable. 16-1. I wish I had some win money on that horse. Jesus.
New Jersey and New York have to represent for the rest of the group.
Let's hit this.
I'm going to lump myself into New York.
Let's hit this. Let's hit this.
I've been talking away over here, and the mic has been off. So,
well, there you go.
Oh, that's funny.
No, to cap up our argument, I agree. No one in here has really beaten that many horses. To me, that points back to the 2, 4, and 6. I think those are the 3 logical horses here, and the fact that 2 of those are 9-1 and 10-1 are shocking me. That's North Dakota, that's breaking the rules, and that's Largent. I think those are the 3 horses, especially after the race we just saw, that should be put on top.
What I was talking about before, forget about, I mean, in all seriousness, with Storm the Court, if we're looking at the race again in the Hollywood Derby that he ran in against Domestic Spending, it was much further back. So that's why I prefer Colonel Liam, but I do agree in terms of the price angle. I think Colonel Liam, again, that race 2 back, to me was the key indication that that's a horse I want. Because tell me if I'm wrong, but Domestic Spending and Guffaw would be favorites in this spot.
I agree. I agree with that. And Pletcher's been hot on the turf. So
If we're just going to compare Storm the Court to Colonel Liam and Magic hop in here, what do you think of Smooth Like Straight? Because I don't know if Smooth Like Straight really stacks up to this field also. So to me, finishing second in that race to Smooth Like Straight wasn't all that impressive to me.
I was muted there. Sorry, I was pulling the Vinny. Smooth Like Straight is best at a mile. So I feel like you're comparing a little bit of apples and oranges here. If this race was at a mile, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to play Smooth Like Straight probably on top. He's really good at a mile and an eighth.
Smooth Like Straight's been very good in California.
He's also won at Churchill Downs earlier last year, so shut your mouth about the California bias.
One thing to do with the other. You could have bias, and he could be a good horse. One's got nothing to do with the other. They could both be the
I'm
same.
saying he won outside of California. That's where Mike was going with that.
Right. Well, you're also saying that Say the Word is a California horse, which is not. So
he's based in California, is he not? I'm a Californian right now. I'm not originally from here. I've lived in Michigan and Florida for a long time, but now I'm a Californian. Right?
Oh, you guys, man. What's up, everybody? Listen, Slim.
Right.
So that intro, by the way, goddamn.
You owe me an apology.
He doesn't give a shit.
Why do I owe you an apology?
Jeez.
Because of the Tide of the Sea?
Yeah.
Was your pick? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't look at. I'm a Samo Bombs crack addict. Oh, addict. Sorry, not crack. I mean, I'm so into the Samo Bombs. I like Ricky Rockets too. I played a Ricky's Rockets. I haven't hit a Ricky's Rockets yet.
Well,
Because I don't play them that often. That's the thing. I know you're hot now, Ricky. I'm sorry.
well, if you were playing today, you'd be alive to the pick 6, 5, and 4.
Oh,
So
Ricky's Rockets is alive.
yeah. So
Wow.
So
Slim,
Woo, baby, let's get it, Ricky.
I can't stay mad at Slim.
What you got here?
Impossible to stay mad at Slim.
You got Largent, another Twist of Fate, and who else, Ricky?
no, I have another twist of fate. Say the word, and Colonel Liam.
All right. I'll be all right if it's Kerman Liam. At least I'm alive in the pick 4 then. So
Just real quick, Ricky M says, "What's with the hate of California, born and raised? We do it mostly to make Magic mad. That's why."
Well, I don't hate California. I just hate California turf horses facing New York turf or East Coast turf horse. That's my hate.
That was you that said that, right, Samich?
No,
No,
that
I
wasn't
typed
even
it.
me.
I
You
typed
see,
that right there.
Magic even typed it. Magic even knows it's true.
But Smooth Like Straight has won against East Coast horses, and that's why I corrected you.
That is true. But Smooth Like Straight is a very good horse. Smooth Like Straight has been dominating California and has won elsewhere for a while here. So that's why there you go.
Where, in both of your opinion, or anyone else, where do you think he would stack up if he were in this spot?
He'd be like 35 to 1 because he can't go more than a mile.
Too long.
No. I'm not talking about the race itself, just in terms of talent. Say he were to run it a mile, or would you make him the favorite?
Yes. Against this field at a mile, he'd be the favorite.
Yep.
Who?
Smooth
Like
like
right.
Against this field at a mile?
Yeah.
Another Twist of Fate would kick Smooth Like Straight's ass. Are you kidding me right now? It would be dust. What's the word? Dust, ashes, ashes, dust to dust. That's Smooth Like Straight would disintegrate in this stretch because another Twist of Fate would juice on by, as I like to call it. All right. Where are we right now with Gulfstream Park? We are 21 minutes. Boy, you guys have killed 12 minutes very effectively.
long break for the whatchamacallit, NBC coming on. That's why they do that, I think.
Can we talk about how this is the Pegasus turf and there's no Chad Brown runners in it?
That's a really good point. Yes, Vinny, run away with that real quick.
First, I think it's it's only been the race has only been 3 years old, right? 3. But you talk about turf racing in the U.S. and it's Chad Brown, and Chad doesn't have a horse here. Like, what does that say about his barn of older horses right now?
The thing is, he never shoots for this meet. So when he brought Bricks and Mortar here a few years ago, he had to get him started up because he was coming off an injury. But he often, after the Breeders' Cup, puts his horses on some vacation. So I'm not going to hold that against him. And also, he doesn't. I don't know. I mean, he's more with the females, but really, he's more of.
Me too.
With the
Me
females
too.
I know he's had Bricks and Mortar. I know he's had Flintshire and stuff, but
like.
I just want to always have a lot of big time male turf horses.
He doesn't, but even last year he had 3 in here. Right. He had Instilled Regard, Sacred Life, and Without Parole last year. So the fact that he doesn't have anybody here, I think, is just kind of.
I agree with Vinny. I think it tends to more. I think as far as the male side goes, he doesn't have a lot. Because if he had something, he'd be in this race. Regardless. Right. It's a Pegasus World Cup turf. I think he's going to have horses in this race. So that's what we talked about on Blinkers Off, how this race has everything other than Chad Brown.
He didn't have a lot of male horses even for the Breeders' Cup, though.
Well, he also has been terrible at Gulfstream. Let's just call a spade a spade here. He has been awful at Gulfstream. It's to the point where I am throwing out his first-time starters, and it's anyone coming off a layoff, Chad Brown, just get him out of here. It's been bad. So far there's me.
He really has not done well since Saratoga started. He's had a couple wins here and there, but he's not he was 20 he was 20 something percent before he was 26% before Saratoga started, and I think he's definitely down.
All right, let's check in with Jared right now. Michael Myers had a question for him. How is Jared doing with the Tinder premium service? Real quick, Jared.
26% about right? Or
one of my favorite things about coming to Halterman's house is we live about an hour away from each other, and when I go here, the Tinder girls just open up, and I mean that quite literally.
It's rain. That's rain.
It's just a whole new batch. when I get here. So yes, I am on the Tinder premium service, and it is working out quite well. So thank you for checking in on Michael. We're good.
You know what?
You see Pratt is rocking a sport coat for his interview right now.
Wait,
on
what?
the Gulfstream feed.
Oh yeah.
What's happening? I got to get on this. What's going on?
Pratt's rocking a sport coat for his interview. He's got like his jockey stuff on and then a sport coat over top.
Oh my God.
Pretty damn dapper. I'm not going to lie.
Ricky, get on the Gulfstream feed. That's how you
Like
get
about
the rest
to-
of the Rocket Hour, bro. That
I'm watching the 5th season from Oaklawn. Uncle Burning Love is on top.
I about said the F word. Yeah, 5th season. All right, don't tell me. Listen, Ricky, don't fucking tell me what happens here. All right.
I won't.
Well,
I
hey, legacy horse for Vinny, Silver State. I like Silver State to win here.
I've listened to instructions all day. I'm not going to ruin it now.
Since the league has ended, Silver State's actually turned to decent work.
Yeah, we
Say a
had
word, Ricky. Don't even make a face.
I'm fixing my hat. I listen to instructions when I come on. That's all. I speak when I'm asked to, and I don't speak when I'm not asked to.
Pocket Headies wants to know, the real question is Jared going to renew the subscription? You got a year, so you got time to think, right?
It's a year, yeah. If I have to renew that son of a bitch, I mean, then I got some issues. I feel like if I'm on Tinder Gold for a year, I feel like we got to have another talk. You know what I mean? Like,
We're gonna get him some rehab sessions.
Oh my God.
Silver State he's moving on the outside.
Hey, shut up, Vinny.
Sorry.
Way behind
People
you.
are watching this race.
There's
Get
no
up,
way you're
Silver
behind me. I'm
State.
watching it on my phone. There's no
Here
way you're
comes
behind me.
Silver State in the colors of Willis Horton at Oaklawn Park. He's won
Oh,
big
boy, you
races.
gotta go.
Will take charge in the past. Here's Silver State on the outside, springing to the lead. He's got to run down Huckaburning Love for Juice and Carl Broberg. It's going to be close. Huckaburning Love digging in. Silver State on the outside. They're neck and neck. They're nose and nose, and there they come to the wire. It's going to be Silver State by a nose over Huckaburning Love.
Woo!
Dynasty points.
Top for you, son. Nothing. Got it. Kill him.
Wait, listen. I think Samich is muted. I can't hear you, Samich.
You're right, I am. I said Uncle Ron didn't pick another Twist of Fate in the top 4. He's my boy.
Ooh, Uncle Ron.
All right, Pegasus turn.
Dong battle at Oakland. Man.
Getting into the paddock. Big break here.
I think Silver State got
Yeah, he
this.
got it.
Yeah, he looked like he got it. He looked like he had a head on him.
Guys, go
Slim,
ahead.
why are you not making these calls?
Oh, I did not. I would have saw that one way before you guys, actually.
Is anyone interested in cross-border?
What's the question?
Anyone interested in cross-border? Maker,
Yeah,
Gaffney,
underneath.
9 horse.
Underneath for
Yeah.
sure. 1,000%. Yes.
I've
Yeah.
loved cross border all year, and I think this is a tough spot for him. His form has not been great since he won at Saratoga, in my opinion.
Maker is just one of those trainers in these long turf races that just like we just saw Temple and Tide of the Sea do it. Like he just scares the crap out of me in these spots.
He's a great, turf going long, yeah, definitely. It would not surprise me. I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can use him over a couple of the others here, but even his other one, Aquaphobia, like both of them, neither of them, one of those would surprise me if they won here because Maker is just phenomenal going long on the turf.
Yeah.
Aquaphobia sitting at 30-1.
By the way, Tide of the Sea went long on the turf and raced 10-1. If you've just joined us, Tide of the Sea won.
Money long, baby.
Give all credit to Mike Samich, according to Mike Spector. Listen, I'm the host, and I feel like you guys have taken this over, which is good. But I'm going to take
It's
it
out
back.
out of control a little bit.
It has. I'm going to have to take it back. You guys did good for a while, but I have to take it back over now. All right, we are now 14 minutes away from the 11th at Gulfstream Park. It's the Pegasus World Cup turf. What am I on 316th? All right, so we've went over a lot of horses. Ricky, I want you to state it again. You said you're alive to the 4 and the 5, correct?
No, I'm alive to the 5, 8, and 11. So
Almost.
Wait,
Almost.
hold on.
You're alive.
You're alive to the 4 somewhere, right?
no. Oh, just in the pick 4. Just in the pick 4. But I need the 5, 8, and 11 for the 5 and 6. Pick
Am
5.
I drunk, or is he said he said the 4 a few times? I thought you said the 4 maybe.
No,
Maybe
so
the next race.
so I only said North Dakota when we were drafting, and I said, but so we were going back and forth between the 2 breaking the rules and the 4 North Dakota, I said I slightly prefer North Dakota, but if you guys are much stronger on breaking the rules, then we can use them. So, yeah.
Okay, got it. 5-8-11.
5-8-11.
You said 5-11. Yeah. So make a case, because Magic and I talked about the 11 a little bit. I can't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, Magic, and I'll kick it to you at some point as well. But the 11, kind of make a case for the 11. Another West Coast source with Dapper Flavian Pratt aboard.
So I talked about this. We've talked about it a lot of times on the Rocket Hour. I talked about it earlier. When you see a distance.
Sorry, Ricky. He actually said he's going to me, so I'm going to mute you. Right? Didn't you say
No,
that?
I said Ricky, and then I'll go to you.
Oh, you said Magic.
It's not a West Coast horse.
Is it me or is it Magic?
Say the word as a West Coast source.
Say the word is run one race on the West Coast. The rest of his career, he was at Fairgrounds, Saratoga, Woodbine.
Yeah, but he's trained by Diamano. I mean, he's West Coast now.
Say the word as a West Coast horse.
Strong disagree.
So one of the things that I always look at when it comes to a distance that's not all that familiar to me necessarily, or not always on the, you don't see it all the time. I look to see if they've gone this distance. Say the word definitely checks that box. He is 2 for 2 at the distance. And you look at the race that he ran last time out, 1.5 miles. Granted, he didn't close and couldn't catch Arklow, but he proved that he can go the distance. Obviously, in that race, he's going to cut back a little bit, and it's a significant cutback. It's not like a cutback from like 1.5 miles and it's like a half furlong. It's a significant cutback. One of the things that we've talked about, I don't love the Woodbine turf races coming to Gulfstream. I don't think that has played well in the past, but I think this is a horse that could clearly go the distance. And then we've seen, even at Saratoga in that tough AOC race the last time at this distance, that was the last time he ran here. That's my case. I'm afraid he's going to be a little bit too far back, but that's my case. I think he's really good at the distance.
Very good. Very good. Mike, you want to touch on this West Coast source, the 11? Say no word.
I'd love to. If for 26 years of your life you live on the East Coast and 1 year of your life you live on the West Coast, you're a West Coast horse now. I guess that's how it goes. When you win one race west of the Mississippi, you're a West Coast horse. All right. Just making sure. Just want to understand that a little more. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think that Sailor Word is a good horse. I think that Sailor Word has back class that faces like that is applicable to this group. I think it's nice that Pratt comes out here, specifically flying across the coast to ride this horse. Coming from California, that West Coast jockey, Flavian Pratt, to get up aboard Say the Word. So I think Say the Word is a legit shot at 8-1. I wouldn't knock anyone for wanting to use that horse in this spot. Post is a little tough. Don't love it. I think that the trip might be a little tough, but I trust Pratt as much as anyone else, even though he doesn't ride at Gulfstream very often.
Samich, glasses or no glasses? Should I keep them or should I take them off?
It's fine. You don't have anything on the screen that you don't want anyone to see, so you're okay right now. I think you look good with them.
Wow, thank you. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for affirmation, and you gave it to me, and I appreciate it.
That's a stretch.
I know what you need. I got you, buddy.
Listen,
I mean, maybe one day you'll pick a horse like Tide of the Sea and get credit for it. But you look good in this.
A great segue to Saratoga Slim, my best friend on this show today. Saratoga Slim, you're live. Who are you live to? You may have said it and I missed it, but who are you? Because you made me mad and I had to leave. Who are you live to here in the pick 4 and 5?
Yeah, so in the guide, I picked Colonel Liam as my top pick. And then I listened to the Magic Mike show and Blinkers Off. And both of you guys made some very good points that is
just Magic Mike.
Just Magic Mike. Yeah. I get it. Go ahead.
No, I listened. I didn't listen to the whole Blinkers Off, I'll be honest with you. And I only listened to like the point in the podcast when I figured out what both you guys were using in Magic Mike for your pick 4s for whatchamacallit. So I turned it off right after the Pegasus World Cup. Like you say who you're using, and it was like 30 minutes left in the podcast. I'm like, I don't need to listen to this. I know who they're using. So I only listened to you guys cover it. So anyway, when you covered the turf race, you both liked another twist of fate. So I got him. Samich was really high on Largent. I had Largent as my second choice. So those are the two I'm alive to in the pick 5. So after hitting the pick 5, after hitting Always Shopping in the first leg of the pick 5 was like, the favorite one. I'll come back in with a $1 pick 4. And I threw in Colonel Liam in there because I had the money to throw in another horse. I didn't want to get beat by my top choice in this race in the pick 4. So Colonel Liam, Largent, and another Twist of Fate. I'll be happy with any of those 3 horses winning. I mean, the way I see this, let me bring up, the pace projector for this race. Looking at it, Storm the Court's going to be out there. I think Samich made some very good points on the Magic Mike show that Storm the Court could wire this field from a pace perspective. Another Twist of Fate should sit right off of him as I'm looking down at the time form USA pace projector. In the Brisnet PPs, the Brisnet speed figures here, or the pace, I don't even know what the hell they call it. I write a thesis every year about it, but they're pace ratings. They're pace ratings. So Storm the Court's an E5, and another Twisted Pace is the EP5, so they'll be up there. Largent's an EP5, so he might be forwardly placed. I like that. And then Breaking the Rules, I've loved Breaking the Rules for a long time. He's the one horse that I'm definitely scared of. Sugar horse that's always fought a lot of wars over the years, Breaking the Rules. So he's probably the most scariest of the group. There's a lot of other horses. I had Social Paranoia 3rd in the guide, so I don't have him either. He's another one that could get me, but I think he might be too far back to make a run here. So I'm really hoping that Storm the Court gives way once they hit the top of the stretch, and Largent, and it's really Largent and another Twist of Fate trying to chase each other down. That's what I'm hoping for here.
Man, thank you very much, Slim. And Slim, if you had a podcast, I would listen to it from the start to the finish.
I definitely would.
I'm sorry, guys.
No.
I'm busy. You got 2 kids.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If I had 8 kids like Philip Rivers, I would still listen to it from the start to the finish. All right, I want to do something fun because, Vinny, you brought up a little bit earlier about Chad Brown has nothing in this race and how weird it is, and it absolutely is. I totally agree. But Todd Pletter has 3 in the race, okay? So we're going to do a fun little game. Let's say that the prices are the same, right? You get double your money, whether you go with the 3 Todd Pletchers or you get the rest of the field. Same odds. Ricky, we'll start with you. Would you take the 3 Todds or would you take the rest of the field?
I like this. I'd take the Pletchers because I feel pretty strongly about Colonel Liam. I didn't use Largent, but that was the one horse that I'm really, really afraid of. So I don't think Social Paranoia is all that great, but to have that as my 3rd option isn't even that bad. So I do think Colonel Liam and Largent are going to be really tough. So I will take the Pletchers.
Mike, I think I know your answer, but I'll go ahead and ask it anyway. The 3 Pletchers or the rest of the field?
Rest of the field.
What? Your top pick is Largent. Explain.
I don't think Colonel Liam or Social Paranoia can win.
Oh, so you look at it as Largent versus the rest of the field.
And I honestly yes. I look at it Largent versus rest. I would even say you could take the 3 Pletchers and another Twist of Fate, and I would still take the rest of the field.
Wow. Yeah, because you're all about the betting, the value, and you think the value would be with more horses, correct?
Because I like both Shugs more than I like any of the other 4 horses that be involved. I like Largent, but then for me, the Shugs are the 2 and the 3. So North Dakota and Breaking the Rules are right behind Largent for me. And so if I'm getting both of those horses and I'm getting the rest of the field, I'm going to take the odds and I'm going to take the rest of the field.
This is why you have to tune into this show because you just never know what he's going to say. Unbelievable. No, I like the logic for sure. I'm still pissed off at Slim, so I'll go to Jared real quick and I'll make Slim go last. Jared, what would you take, the Pletchers or the rest of the field?
Well, I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to have to side with my my good friend Mike Somobomb Samich. I think the rest of the field. I do like Colonel Liam. I do like Largent, but I have another Twist of Fate on top, and I've got Breaking the Rules second. So give me the field here. I think this field is really deep.
That's what she said.
So what she said is right, and I think I'm gonna go with the field.
Vinny,
I'm actually going to go with the Pletchers.
well, sure.
New York State of mind.
Gulfstream is one of those turf tracks. I feel like that, like if horses run well over it, like they usually continue to run well over it. And Largent's 4 for 5 here with a second. Colonel Liam's 1 for 1, and Social Paranoia's 3 for 4 here with a third. Like I would be shocked. I mean, not saying like to your point, Mike. You said they you don't think they could win, but I'd be shocked if any of the Pletchers ran terrible here.
Yeah, but you don't get paid if they don't win.
Right. But I'll take the field and hope they can beat Miller because I think Miller's just juiced. But
Ooh,
Here we are.
What's going on here? We got Vinny versus Mike, Vinny versus Clean Cut Pete. Woo! Lim, are you taking your boy?
Top squad, baby. Yeah. Well, I have 2 of them alive in my pick 4, so yeah, I'll be rooting for Pletcher in
Not
this
much of a
race.
choice.
And yeah, I had those 2 as my top 2 choices in the guide, and Social Paranoia was my 3rd choice. So I guess I'm going with the 3. I had the Pletcher try in the guide, so I'll stick with that, and hopefully one of my 2 keep me alive in my pick 4. Year and Largent. I really like Largent. His last race was very impressive. So, and he beat a horse in his who did he beat in last race that was really came back, right?
Tide of the Sea.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the 2 things I got going for me here. I got Largent. He beat Tide of the Sea, right? Doswell. He beat Doswell, and he beat Breaking the Rules in his last race at this track, right? It was at this track?
Channel Cat.
Channel Cat, which I like. And then in the next race, we're not there yet, but Tax beat Ally of a Jedi, so that's good. We're not there yet, but we got to get this leg here. So Largent. So, I mean, those are the historical for 5 years. The local preps for the Pegasus races is the Fort Lauderdale and the Harlan's Holiday, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like playing those horses that have recent form over this turf course, and that's why I think Largent is my top choice, even though I had Colonel Liam as my top choice. I mean, he won by 2 lengths over Doswell and Breaking the Rules. So, I mean, I love Largent. I think this is his time to shine, baby.
I love Lamb.
I love I love Clark. All right, so
well done.
Couple things to unpack here. Aaron D says, alive to Shug. Good luck. Hope you hit it. Vinny said, or Michael Myers says, Vinny, you are correct, but not at this distance. Yeah, okay, they're running a mile and 3/16, so good luck finding a common race for that distance. Slim, I didn't listen to him. So
did Michael Myers say yes at 4:43 when I came on? He's turning into Tiger. No,
look at this. Yes.
Is that yes in reply to me pumping weights?
I don't know.
Michael Myers
I would assume so.
So is Michael Myers jacked?
He is. He's like a trainer, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he's a trainer. Jesus. Yeah. All right. Well,
he jumped in with this actually at 1:31. This was his reaction to you pumping iron.
Who's Space Mountain Woo?
All right, so we got 2 minutes. I like Aaron's plan from last race. So top pick, long shot. Who you guys like?
Ooh, Samabomb. Listen, I'll ask the questions here, but I do like that idea. Ricky, we'll go to you first. Top pick and the long shot.
Another Twist of Fate and North Dakota.
Thank you very much. Mike Samich, I thought of this idea all by myself for this race. Top pick and long shot.
Largent and both Shugs.
Ooh, no, I said one
pick.
Breaking the rules.
Okay. Jared.
Largent breaking the rules.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Samich. Jared?
Breaking the rules. I can concur with long shot and no Twist of Fate.
Okay. Slim?
Copying my boy Samich, Largent and breaking the rules.
Vinny?
Another Twist of Fate, and I don't think under 10-1 is a long shot, so I'm going to go Storm the Court.
Look at
breaking the rules is 9-1. So
Jenny,
that's close.
Another one is not good enough for you, huh?
9-1. I don't want any part of 9-1. All right.
It's only a $20 return on a $2 win bet.
Why would I want that? Okay, Magic.
Okay.
I don't subscribe to Vinny's BS. I'll take another Twist of Fate at 7-2 and say the word at 7-1.
I'm going to take another Twist of Fate to Romp. I think he'll win by 3. And then I will take Breaking the Rules as well. And Vinny, I'll take that 9-1 all day. So I'll take another Twist of Fate, Breaking the Rules. I'm just giving you shit. I hope you know that. All right, guys. I've got the track feed on so I don't talk over. It looks like they're not in the gate yet. Just another thing I wanted to come at you guys with. 3rd year of the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Best betting race yet for the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Yes or no? We'll go with Ricky.
Did you say me? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it is. I think there are a lot of ways you can go here. I think we made the case as a group for Breaking the Rules, North Dakota. I think even Slim said he was talking about social paranoia with the other Pletcher. I think this is a really good betting race, and I think the odds indicate that the favorite right now, if I'm up to date, is 3-1. So I think this is really, really good.
Yeah, it kind of feels like this is the last race we're going to talk about. I'm thrilled at not because I'm having a great time. But Mike, we'll go to you. Best betting race you've seen of the Pegasus World Cup Turf?
Yes, and it's not even close. You have co-3-1 favorites that I don't think either is usable. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this is the best one that we've seen yet.
That's amazing. That's an analytical response from an analytical mind. All right, Jared.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
So. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we can't really all land on anyone for sure on top, and the fact that the horse that is the favorite, we're all basically saying we're going to try to beat, tells you it's that kind of race.
Yeah. Slim, you think this is the best one you've seen from a betting standpoint?
No, because when Bricks and Mortar ran 2 years ago, I won like $1,000. So that was the best betting race I've seen.
That's the answers we want.
I love Bricks and Mortar. I wrote in the guide that year, build it up with Bricks and Mortar. I had the whole verse of London Bridge in the guide, and yeah, no, I crushed it. I had like a $50 straight double to City of Light. It was amazing.
Wow. The guy makes something out of nothing. That is his best thing.
And Bricks and Mortar was coming second off a long layoff, and I had seen him at Saratoga. I just knew he was a beast that day. But that was 2 years ago. I got to get these horses home today as they get in the gate for the third running of the Pegasus.
Real quick, we're going to mute ourselves because we're behind you. So we're going to mute you. You guys take it over.
Oh, really? You're not on the Twin Spires live feed?
Now we have a big screen up and we're a little behind. So we're going to mute you guys, do it, and then we'll be back as soon as it's over.
All right.
Okay. Good luck.
And the number 6, Largent, getting in the gate. Only 3 left to load. Actually, the number 5, Colonel Liam, is loading now. Number 6, Largent, kind of backed out, and he's getting in the gate. The 11, Say the Word. The West Coast Invader is in the gate. Is that true? Is he the West Coast Invader? And number 6, Largent has loaded, and we're waiting on 12, Social Paranoia from the outside gate in the Pegasus World Cup, the third running of this race. And they're off, breaking a good break for all. And it looks like the 6, Largent, is setting up shop, and in the inside, there goes Storm the Court. Another twist of fate will join him in the top flight. On the outside, number 12, Social Paranoia, will be sitting third early as Storm the Court sets the pace, and another twist of fate to his outside. Down on the inside is Largent. On the outside is Social Paranoia, fighting for third and fourth place. Storm the Court in the lead now is another twist of fate, sets up shop to the outside. The number 6, Largent, down on the rail, and to the outside is the number 12, Social Paranoia. Down on the inside is number 5, Colonel Liam, sets up shop on the rail as they run the first quarter in 23 5/8, the half in 48.68, a slow pace for Storm the Court as he sets the fractions about a length lead on another twist of fate. Down on the hedge is Largent as he makes his way up in third. On the outside, still number 12, Social Paranoia. Back to number 5, Colonel Liam, sets up shop, and then also in between horses, number 10, Pixelate, is setting up a good place on the outside. Breaking the rules is looking like it's not breaking the rules. That is, I don't know. But anyway, Storm the Court is under pressure, and that pressure is being applied by Social Paranoia and another twist of fate. And it looks like another twist of fate is taking the lead, but Social Paranoia is on the outside, and Social Paranoia got a lot of horse. Here's another twist of fate. Coming up the hedge is Largent. Coming up the hedge is Largent, but coming down the middle of the track is the number 5. And the number 5, Colonel Liam, the youngster, looks like he's going to win. And it's going to be a Todd Pletcher exacta. Colonel Liam over Largent. And Colonel Liam had big kick to win the Pegasus World Cup Turf.
Wow.
I guess that's why he was the favorite.
That's
What an effort.
the
Jesus,
Pletcher.
I can't believe I left him off of my pick 5 now. I have a $1 pick 4 though. So.
That was a Pletcher triple, wasn't it? No.
No, the 9.
No, Social Paranoia got past late. The 9 cross border looks like he got third And the fourth place finisher is going to be tight in the two or three-way photo for fourth. For
12 got it. 12
I
got
thought
it.
Largent was
Social
home when he got
Paranoia
that rail
might have
trip.
got-
That was really impressive.
Wish I had.
That was awesome.
Oh,
Boy,
All right,
Largent
well,
still
Stewart
hasn't missed
had
the
a dollar
exact.
pick 4, so that's pretty good still.
That was
Story.
really impressive. I mean, I know we were all trying to beat that horse, but
I don't know why you guys talked me out of him in my pick 5. I'm going to pick 4 because I knew this when I came back. I had to play with him in a pick 4 because I felt that he was the one horse that could beat me in this race. So I'm happy I put him in there, but still feel bad not to be alive in the pick 5 with him.
I would never tell you not to play that horse in the pick 5, so you didn't listen to me.
Well, I had a
Yeah.
$72 ticket. It would have went over 100, I think, if I had played him.
Still alive to 2 left in the 6, 5, and 4.
Go, Ricky. Let's go,
Ricky
son.
Rockets is alive? Oh, beautiful, Ricky. Great job.
Nice, Ricky.
Who do you got in the last leg? Nick's going who?
And tax.
Tax.
That's me, yeah. Nick's going tax, but I'm alive too also.
Listen, to Samich's credit for playing against No Twist of Fate, he looked like a winner top of the stretch, maybe a little before the top of the stretch, but he looked very, very good, and he just was awful. I mean, he never really ran down the lane. Man, the 5 though, the 5 is lightly raced. It's obviously a very highly regarded horse, and here he continues to win. This is a horse that you need to know for 2021. You talk about some of these horses win, you're like, well, that was a good race. Moving forward, who knows? This horse seems like he's got a bright future, and maybe Slim, you might be seeing him up in your neck of the woods this summer.
5-2 favorite, unbelievable place. Another Twist of Fate was garbage. Tell you that. Stormed the court, threw in the flag, and threw in the
He
towel.
finished better. He finished better than
Stormed the court. Yeah,
Hey,
he finished much better. He almost got
he got
4th
fifth
here.
or 6th. He didn't do.
After 6. He was right at the Stormed the court ran a good race. Yeah, another Twist of Fate, a major disappointment in this race. Really upset myself by not having Colonel Liam in that pick 5.
Both of these horses moving forward are monsters. I mean, my biggest knock on Colonel Liam into this race was he hasn't beaten anything. Well, now he's beaten something, and that was an impressive run.
Yeah,
and
Largent ran really well too, man.
Largent ran huge to run second. Like both of these horses are monster races here. So I like both of these horses moving forward. We'll see, obviously, where they fare, where they end up. But I would say that my West Coast bias is continuing now.
So
even Social Paranoia ran a huge race too.
the race that Aaron and I talked about yesterday, to look back, and Mike, I saw you nodding your head as well. That Saratoga Derby 2 starts back for Colonel Liam.
That was the toughest field he's faced. Yeah.
That field is much better than this field. So it is lightly raced, and that maybe was the concern. But if you're going to finish 4th by a length, less than a length to those horses, it's very logical to say he deserves to be the favorite and will win here, because all those runners, No Word, Domestic Spending, and Guffaw, would probably all beat this field as well. So I think it was a very logical favorite.
To your point, real quick, Ricky, the guy the same name as you, says just makes me think Domestic Spending is going to do big things this year. Yeah, I mean, that's a logical thing to say, no doubt about it. Samich, as I was watching the race, I definitely felt for you, because at my 8, I had no rooting interest, and then I see the 6, and I'm like, oh, Samich has got this thing.
When he got that hole, I thought it was over. When he got the rail, I thought it was game over.
I really thought Largent was going to hold on, man.
I did too.
And he just,
4-1 shot in that pick 4 and pick 5 would have been beautiful.
and Colonel Liam just ran huge. I mean, that's if you watch, I just watched the replay back. They showed it back on TBG, and Colonel Liam, he got a little momentum earlier than Largent, but Largent got the better trip in the sense that he had to squeeze through. And if you watch me like in the feed, I was like worried that he wouldn't get that room through there, but he got through and he kicked home, and Colonel Liam ran him down. I mean, I don't think you can really knock him for that. I think Largent actually sped up a little bit when Colonel Liam came to him, but Colonel Liam was by at that point, and it was over. So I think both of these horses ran big efforts, and I think these are 2 turf horses you got to watch out for moving forward. Like this was more impressive than I've seen in a while from that perspective. They both ran huge, and just Colonel Liam got the job done.
Real quick, it is official. So there are prices. Slim, it's $613 for a 50 pick 4, and to tax, it's a little over $2,000.
Yeah, I got a $1 pick 4, so I'm alive to $4,000 to tax and $1,200 to Nick's go. So it's not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's all I'm alive to also. moving forward. So now that we're on the lot, this is one thing I want to pose to other people that might be live to those two as well. If you're, say you like another horse, who would you guys recommend if you don't have Knicks Go, you don't have Tax, you already use those two? Is there someone you are thinking about hedging with? And if you are to hedge, how would you kind of go about that process? Are you doing win bets, or how would you kind of go about that process? Because we have a lot of time to kind of go over it.
Can I go on a rant real quick?
Yes.
Hedging is the dumbest thing you can do in horse racing.
Since I got $16 in my account, I don't think I'm hedging.
No.
$4,000 to tax. I don't think there's any really way to hedge.
The term hedging, it's like so when you're hedging a sports bet, you have to find a positive EV bet to hedge with a positive EV bet. You cannot come up with a positive EV bet when you only have 2 of 12 horses. So like if you have, let's say you have 9 of the 12. Then you can find a way to positively create a situation where it's like, okay, these are all good bets. But like, I hate it when people are like, let's hedge in horse racing by betting $20 to win on horse A, 20 to win on horse B, and I have horse C and D, because like E, F, G, H, I, and J can all beat you, and you end up losing more money than you originally invested without guaranteeing a win. And also, like, your best opinion right now, and what got you here is your opinion, is Tax and Knicks Go. So like if you can guarantee yourself a win and it's a significant amount of money to you, I think hedging makes sense. But like when you're going after this and you have to spend more than you've already spent, it's a tough way to find a good hedge.
I agree. I think, we've talked about this before. There's a difference when you're kind of going in sports and you might be to a massive multi-leg parlay for $10, let's just say, and say you're to $2,000. And if you can get to leg 8, then it's still worth it, even at leg 8. And there's obviously hedge calculators out there and things like that. But I completely agree, and I wasn't kind of trying to guide the question or the answer one way. I'm happy you answered it that way, because to your point, if you're alive to 2 horses, these should be your top 2 choices. If they're not, I don't know what you're really doing. If they're not, you have to again consider your betting methods. In sport, it's completely different because unless you're doing like a first basket score or first touchdown thing, you have choice A or you have choice B. Unless you're playing soccer where you have 3 choices, it's A or B, so you can go the other way. And you create that value. It's completely different in horse racing. To your point also, I don't think the payouts are quite worth it, because if you look at Knicks Go, it's going to be the shortest price. And I haven't looked at Tax compared to the rest of the field. I'm sure Tax is probably 2nd or 3rd as well. If you were alive to some crazy long shots, then that's maybe a different conversation. And you were kind of just picking. But if you're 4 and 7, you're too logical. So to Slim's point, like he said, Slim has $16. He certainly won't be hedging. But if you were thinking about it, it probably just doesn't make sense because, Mike, to your point, this isn't horses. It's not sports. It's not A or B. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or more. But so that's a good point that you bring up.
You're on mute, Jared.
To be alive.
We were back in 2018. We were at the Breeders' Cup. Hang on.
Now you're both off mute.
There. We were at the Breeders' Cup, and I was at a pick 4 or pick 5 live to McKenzie singled in 2018, and it was like a $40 ticket or something. And the payout was like $1,000, and we were freaking out because it was like, oh my gosh, we got ahead. I got ahead. It's like, let's go through, let's hedge, let's play everything. I did it forever, and finally I was like, no, just forget it. The only horse I think that is possible to win this race that's not named McKenzie, of course, that was kind of before McKenzie became McKenzie. It was Accelerate, and so I just played a win bet on Accelerate just in case, and he won. And so in a way I hedged, but in another way it's like I didn't get crazy because it was like kind of I thought he was the next best horse. So I stuck with my opinion of saying if there's a horse that's going to beat that horse, it's that horse. And I'm not going to get stupid by like I was sitting there trying to think all these different ways. How can I hedge? And I'm like, I'm not going to waste money on these horses just to do it. So to your guys' point, I think that's great. Stick by your opinion. If that's what you're live to hear, don't waste your money. Just stick with it. And if some crazy thing happens, then it happens.
But the goal, it's like in horse racing, it's the same as poker, where you're just trying to get your money in good as much as possible, right? Sometimes you're going to lose. You're going to have some bad luck. And in this case, Ricky's got his money in good, right? Slim's got his money in good. He's got a very good shot at cashing a large number for a small amount. But when you're in those situations, you have to make sure you don't waste money by chasing situations that you didn't originally foresee. And that's kind of the key if you want to try and long-term stay in that position.
Knicks go 7-5.
So, real
By the
quick,
way,
how was Slim's call of the Pegasus World Cup turf?
It was, honestly, I think he studied too much. I think he was too prepared because he I loved the just off the cuff Slims.
He did a Larry Kalmus, is what you're saying.
So accurately described.
Classic mistake.
Yeah. Classic Kalmus move.
I'm going to warn everybody now. There's a $13,000 super high five carryover. I will be asking for your super high five ticket cold with 1 minute to post. So be ready with that. So figure out who your super high five is here.
Got it.
At least I give you a warning. And then Aaron just leaves.
Yeah, he hated the question so much he left. Yeah.
We got a good race going on here, an allowance here at Oaklawn for 3-year-olds going one turn. So we're gonna kick it over to here, and we've got the 4 on top here. Let's see. Let me pull up Oaklawn. Everybody probably knows who won already. The 4 is out on the lead by himself. That is Lockup for Dwayne Lucas and John Court. And Lockup is taking them into the stretch with the lead. But here comes the Steve Asmussen trained Swiftsure with Ricardo Santana aboard. Swiftsure coming up. And we have Bob's Edge for Larry Jones up there as well. It's going to be a 3-horse race as we come to the top of the stretch. Lockup has given away. And here comes Swiftsure for the strong. Straight and strong, as Vic says, for Steve Asmussen. And Swiftsure is ahead. The Larry Jones host is fading, but the 1 Sir Wellington for Mac Robinson is closing, but it's not going to matter. Swiftsure for Steve Asmussen and Ricardo Santana.
That's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
That was good.
Not bad. Was that better than Slim's call earlier?
I felt it more right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I channeled one of the worst. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I channel my inner energy for Oaklawn there, and Swiftsure for Steve Asmussen gets the job done at 6-5. All right, what do we got? 26 minutes to post. Knicks go 6-5. I heard Vinny mention it earlier. He wants to vomit at that 6-5 price. If you played along with the guide, you're up $101 coming into this race, and all the money is on Knicks Go here for us in the guide. So if you win, you're probably going to get about a 55% ROI. And if you lose, I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that math yet because you're going to win. So Knicks Go at 6-5. Let's look at the board here real quick. Oh my gosh, Simon, I got to kick it to you. Sleepy Eyes Todd is 14-1. Thoughts?
That to win?
You think? Yeah, you're all over, right?
Okay. This comes down to one simple fact. Like, do you believe in Knicks Go or not here? Okay? And I don't, period. Now, 14-1 makes me think that, okay, I could – it depends on you. Approaching this race is who can win the race. I don't love Knicks Go. I don't think the price was right for him. I think he was overbet in the pick 4s and pick 5s. I think it's a bad long-term use. When you're looking at this by race, using him in second place in the exacta, like, hey, what does a 1-4 exacta pay? Because that would be awfully interesting to me. Because like the logical scenario here is the 4 gets loose, Knicks Go gets loose, and who can run him down? Is it going to be 1 horse? Is it going to be 2 horses? Is he just going to drop anchor like the 2 did, Cinnabunny, right? And so that you kind of have to form in your mind, how do you think this race is going to play out? I think it's more logical that he drops anchor and ends up running off the board. And if you want to go that way, pick 3 or 4 like that. Then it becomes, as Aaron said on the Rocket Hour, a perfect trifecta box race. If I tell you that Knicks Go doesn't hit the board, box up 4 horses and hope you get 3 of them home because it's going to pay no matter who you have, right?
No, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. If you get Knicks Go off the board, then it is going to pay a lot.
It'll pay a lot to get him off too in a couple of years.
That's true as well, Mike. Thank you very
He's a
much.
Maryland bred, though.
The stream and Halter's talking about getting Knicks Go off. I don't.
He's a Maryland bred. I don't think there's going to be a lot of money to get him off.
I'm wearing a blazer. No, never mind.
We have a Magic Mike listener in 6th place right now, by the way, in the Pegasus World Cup challenge, betting challenge.
Really? Wow.
With a large daily double to Knicks Go. So I may root for Knicks Go, even though it would cost me money.
Wait, so if Knicks Go wins, does the Magic Mike Show listener maybe get into like the top spot, the top 3? Do you know offhand, Simon? You may not.
The top 2, assuming no one else wins.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm nervous for Knicks Go.
That's a serious sweat. That's like a big sweat.
That's a huge sweat. Yeah. So you're such an ass for picking against Knicks Go, right?
I can pick against him and root for him. That's fine, right?
That's definitely true. Yeah, that is definitely true.
You pick Sleepy Eyes Todd?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Slim.
I'll have to play Sleepy Eyes Todd. What's Sleepy Eyes Todd's odds right now?
13
What's
to
Sleepy
1.
Todd's odds? What's his odds?
13 to 1.
13. Whoa. Damn. All right. I might have to burn this last $16 on him.
Don't get too crazy, Slim. Okay.
I got $16 in my account. I'm either all or nothing. Either I have 1,200 or 4,000 at the end of this race, or 0. Those are my 3 options. Because if Tax wins, it's 4,000. If Knicks Go wins, it's 1,200, or 0. Or I try to play some kind of crazy superfecta here with $16.
Talk about due to the fact that we still use it on almost. I try to use it as much as I possibly can. I still think Tax won from your dad, Slim's dad. If Tax can go and win this fucking race for Slim and give that cash, it's the ultimate.
Oh my god!
Homage to the Slim dad.
I'm texting my dad, and it's like my dad wrote OMG. It's like 74 years old. He wrote OMG. That would be great. My horse. Knicks Go will be the favorite, I guess. That was Barry. That was Barry. My pops. If Tax won this race, that would be awesome, because then I'd give him some of that 4,000. I'd probably give him a straight 400, 10% just for being my pops and taking me to the track.
Only 10%.
No, I think that's fair. He didn't throw down the money.
That's true.
What do you get for picking Todd?
If I gave my dad $400, I think he'd be happy with that for watching the race.
What do you think he would do with $400 if you give it to him?
My dad with $400, just pay his Spectrum bill. For 4 months, for 2 months, he just use it for household goods. He doesn't buy anything. He just wants the Nets to win tonight. I'm telling you, if I won $4,000 and the Nets won, I'd get a text from, wow, $4,000 and the Nets won. That's all he cares about. The Nets, man. The Nets. And so we got a lot of minutes to post, 20 minutes to post. I could talk about some sports here.
Yes.
The Nets are just driving me absolutely nuts. They go into Cleveland, lose 2 in a row. Kyrie's back. I just don't even know what to think anymore. But maybe just Cleveland had their number, or any team with size is going to crush them. Jarrett Allen, their own guy who they raised for the last 2.5 years, crushed them. So anybody with size, they need to get somebody down low, because they're not going to beat the Lakers with Anthony Davis.
Slim, I have a question for you. A Nets question. If you were coaching me, Samich, Aaron, Jared, and Vinny, would we be able to score 100 points on the Nets?
I know. Their defense is horrible. Turnovers are horrible. Oh, my God, Steve, my man, Evil Steve-O. That was a great day at the track. Steve-O, so we'll tell a story about when we all saw Tax 1, the Jim Dandy together. This is the day that Jared told me he loved me.
I said I love you?
Oh,
Please expand.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. We were drunk as hell. And we had a great week together. We watched the day before that. We were at the track watching the curling. Who won the curling that day, Samich? We were all there together. That was great.
No, it wasn't. The damn brown horse ran second.
Enforceable. No, he ran second.
It was
Looking for the
greatest honor. Highest honor.
Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
No,
No, you're not good Samaritan. Highest honor.
Highest honor.
Yeah, I didn't have that donkey.
He won the Colonel. He won the curling. Yeah. And no, you like that horse. He walked by you in the paddock, and you're like, "Oh, I like this horse. This white horse." He was like grayish white. Anyway, the next day, Steve showed up and drank He must have spent like at least $700. I mean, how much money do you think that tab was?
It was high. I don't know the exact numbers, Steve.
It might have been. It might have been close to 1,000. Like, Steve, if you're still there, can you tell us what the tab was that day at the bar? It was definitely in the $600, $700, $800 range. So I had like five. I had like 5 beers, and I was driving home. That was horrible. I shouldn't have done that. It was over like 5 hours
on the feed. No, but
I only have a 15-minute ride home from Saratoga. It's okay.
This guy, I love Alex Berg, says if I gave my dad $400, he'd have it on Los Al before he even got it. That's one of the funniest comments ever. Thank you for saying that.
My dad is not allowed to open an online account.
Steve, it was a good day.
Steve says it was a good day, Slim. So,
Yeah, man.
All right, we're 15 minutes out from the Pegasus.
yep. What's your okay?
This race can't get here quick enough, man. This is such a long wait for this race.
Oh, welcome back, Magic.
Oh, Magic!
This is not the Kentucky Derby. Like, they don't have to bring out the roses before the race. Like, they don't have to sing "My Old Kentucky Home." They just got to run this race. They don't need all this time. There's no like. Is there something happening? I should put it on the. No, I'm not putting it on the NBC feed. I've been watching the TVG. There's no way in hell I'm changing at this point. That's bad luck.
Steve says we ended up at Samus' parents. Very good people. I agree. We did end up. Remember that, Samo? We ended up.
That was a good time, man. You guys were hanging out on the deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We gave away a bunch of Magic Mike T-shirts. That was the first time we ever had those puppies. That was a good time. That was a fun time.
That was a good time.
Magic, when you come into Saratoga, buddy.
Oh, he's
You're on
muted.
mute.
Ah, pulling the Jerry.
Mute.
Sorry. No, I was in here. I was over here working. I didn't want my keyboard to show up. Probably 2022. You know what it's like when you got a newborn. You can't really suddenly go to the track as much as you'd love.
You and Stillman should come together. We'll go ape shit at the bar.
Bring Mrs. Magic.
I have traveled with Stillman before. It's fun. The first time he'd ever flown on an airplane was with me. I had a lot of fun with him.
Keisha.
What?
Or one of the first times. One of the first times.
Dress that Keisha's wearing today? Jesus Christ.
Hold on. I gotta get over this.
Hold on.
She's interviewing Joel Rosario right now.
Okay, hold on. Right now, I just
God, she looks like she literally looks like she could be at like a fashion show. Like,
Well, she's got the big shoulders going.
ridiculous.
She was like
she's
Miss-
wearing this dress. It looks like
I mean, she was Miss Connecticut, wasn't she?
this
How
hype
long
is ridiculous. Come on, Joel, stop talking.
Nobody cares. Go away.
We talk about
Yes, Joel, yes. You'll have to zoom out.
Come on.
I'll have to zoom out.
Do you think he needs to be on the list?
Oh, I heard her.
Oh, there she was. Maybe they'll zoom out again. Uh-oh. If they don't zoom out, you're going to be screwed. Yeah, Acacia.
I'm gonna be so mad, Slim. If you did
Acacia, I know Acacia likes me because I'm not going to tell this story online.
No, tell it.
Aaron's like,
Please
yes,
tell it. Please tell the story. Go.
No, I'm not telling the story.
Did you walk?
You can't do that. Tell it.
No, I met her once at a party after the Travers. No, it wasn't even a party. I just went to their house because I'm like, yo, Dan, I got my wife's my wife's best friend, my maid of honor, was like looking to meet some guys. So I'm like, yo, Dan, where the party at, man? She wants to meet some like rich owners or something. So he's like, oh, just come over to the house. There's some people over here. But everyone was couples. Besides Acacia, she was there. And then she was making dip. I think some like guacamole. It was great. It was unbelievable. That's the end of that story.
Making dip. Slim.
That's the end of that story.
Give us a little bit more than she was making dip.
Dude, I can't tell you the whole story. I'll tell it to you offline. There's more to the story, but I'm not going to go into that story.
It seems like the story was actually left out of that.
There was no story there. There was no story. I'll tell you the story another day. Even
Was
with
it the next day that the dip
summer,
was being
even
made?
if I have to be a hot walker for the summer, Evil Steve-O, you come to Saratoga, you see me, Betty. As long as you got your vaccine, you can hang out with me.
Dude, I can't wait for the tracks to open up again. I am so excited to go to Del Mar, to go back to Saratoga. I feel bad for you guys right now. Like, I know how much you love Oaklawn and wanting to get back at Oaklawn. I know they got some fans that they're
They
letting
usually
in.
go to Pegasus Day. You went to Pegasus Day.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad that we're not there today. This is the first Pegasus that Jared and I haven't been to.
Where I met Aaron.
Yeah,
it's very sad.
Listen, that day right there, that was the first day Samich. Well, the day before was the first day Samich and I ever met in person. You know, and
we hit the pick six.
We did hit the pick six that day. That's right. And really, life has never been the same since Samich. So.
This guy right over the corner. If we're gonna get to the Pegasus history, I got my Arrogate. You can't see him. Can you see Arrogate? Anyway, behind that thing. That's my Arrogate Travis photo. Arrogate, Gun Runner, City of Light. And then Mucho Gusto and the dog that wins this race. I mean, you had two of the best horses I've seen.
Yeah.
Arrogate and Gunrunner win the first two, and City of Light was awesome. He screwed me, though, when he lost the 4-go to Whitmore. That was insane.
That's
because
good.
I left him out in the parking lot. But anyway, but I mean, the first three winners are dope. Great horses. They'll probably be good sires, all three of them. And then, Mucho Gusto's garbage, and Nick's Go Attacks or any of the other horses win this one. It's not pretty. So that's my take on the history of the Pegasus in today's race.
Well, thank you very much for that history lesson, Saratoga Slim. All right, Pegasus World Cup. The horses are in the paddock right now. We're 11 minutes to post.
That's sad.
I know,
isn't it?
It is. The last time Jared and I were in Gulfstream, we were in the paddock. It was the Florida Derby. We couldn't stand. So we sat on the fountains that you see in the middle there. We sat on the edge of them because we were so drunk. We actually kicked rocks at maximum security. That is a true story. We actually kicked rocks at maximum security as he walked by.
I remember being in like the paddock. I don't remember what happened when we were in there, like in the ring.
We kicked rocks at maximum security is what happened. So, and we also called. So we called Magic. He ignored it. We called Magic. He ignored it. We called Magic again. He ignored it. We called him 26 times. The 27th time he answered. Yeah, and then we said, he's like, "What's up? I'm at the Santa Anita press box. Is there an emergency?" And we were like, "Hey!" really loud on the phone. So yeah, that's why we're not there probably. But 10 minutes to post.
I believe Magic hosted the show after that race because we had no shot of hosting that show on our own.
You did, and you made all kinds of rants. Actually, that's wrong. We were at the Pegasus last year. That was the Florida Derby the year before, so I was inaccurate. But anyway, okay, we are 10 minutes to post.
So I'll tell you this: I got $16 to bet, and this is how I'm going to bet it.
Go ahead.
Hedge your bet with $16.
Slim, bet super high five.
I'm going to play Code of Honor and Sleepy Eyes Todd. All right, over Knicks Go in tax in Superfectas, and I'm going to have those horses mixed in there for a $1 super for only $12.
Hey, Slim, there's a $62,000 carryover in the super pool in the super high five right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We only have $4 left, so.
And you can play 4 of them.
And I like 4 horses. I don't like anyone else besides those 4 horses, though. I mean, I guess Mr. Freeze, he's decent. Masked Withers, garbage. I guess I'll play. Okay, I'll do the super high five for. How I've never played a super high five.
It's a $1 bet. There's $62,000 in the pool.
There's no way
coming into it. It's really easy to hit.
Yeah.
All right, so
I had to dip out for a while. So can you guys go over who's alive to what? Because I got the feeling someone's got some big scores.
So someone has to dip out. Is Acacia in the building or what?
All right, Ricky, you're alive. What you got?
Yeah, I'm alive to the back half of the card, the pick 6, 5, and 4 to Knicks Go and Tax. Obviously rooting for Tax. So we'll see. That's kind of
alive in the pick 5.
Yeah, and the
5 and 6.
Yeah, so only to those, only to those 2.
You played your tickets.
I'm sorry, what?
You played your tickets, I hope. Yes, right.
My dad played them. Well,
all right, so you split with him. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
As long as you got the actual ticket.
Just for everyone keeping track at home, that's $13,000 to tax.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
just,
Wow.
just so everyone, just let's make sure we understand.
Yeah,
this right
I
here.
was upset that I left Colonel Liam off my pick 5 because I saw that was going to be 7,500 to tax. I would have been alive to, so I'm upset about that. But 4,000 to tax is still all right with my
All right.
life.
So does anyone not want tax or Knicks go on top? Does anyone go in any other directions? Vinny,
I mean, I have a double going with Code of Honor, but I mean, I'd rather see Ricky win 13,000 than me lose my my $20. So I'm okay losing $20 if it means Ricky wins 13,000.
Aaron, Jared, any love for anyone besides those two?
I mean, obviously I had Sleepy Eyes Todd, but I mean, again, I'd root for tax and the purpose of everyone kind of cashing on that. I have Sleepy Eyes Todd second, at tax third. Code of Honor, I do have fourth. So, Knicks go for us personally would be best. Sleepy Eyes Todd or tax is fine. Is there anything that gets you excited about this race moving forward? Can it get you, like, if Knicks Go wins, it's like, oh my gosh, this horse is going to have a huge 2021?
Aren't they going to retire Knicks Go, maybe?
Yeah, this is supposed to be his last race. The
Well,
dirt mile is supposed
so
to be
would
his
it be-
last race.
So there's no one.
Would it be tax? Like, they're not going to retire tax if he wins. So maybe
He's a
wins.
gelding, so no.
Who's the best older male?
Good point. Yeah.
Who's the best older male? If this Knicks Go wins this race and retires,
Monomoy girl.
My boy is the best older horse once Knicks Go retires.
Tacitus?
Yep.
You mean tax light? Or no, Knicks. That's Code of Honor light.
What would he be? Realistically, if Tacitus was in this race, he's 7-2. He's probably where Code of Honor is.
He's probably even money and loses by 4.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's second or third choice.
He's probably legit 3-1.
Yeah. I think here. Okay, let me pose something interesting. Math Wizard is 50-1. Should he really be the longest shot on the board here?
No, Independent Tall should be.
I agree.
I would agree with that as well.
I think Math Wizard, if you're going to play just like a stupid play here, say you've lost a ton of money, it's like, I just want to put $10 to win and hope to get even. Math Wizard at 50-1 is kind of crazy. Because when you look at Independence Hall, okay, he's 43-1. He should be 347-1, in my opinion. So I thought Math Wizard at 50-1 or 54-1 now, as I look at it, makes a little bit of sense. Because here's the deal: when you get past like the top 2 or 3 that we've kind of beat over the head, I think all the rest of them are about the same. So I thought Math Wizard probably shouldn't be the longest shot on the board when you were talking about who do you like at a price. Take the longest one on the board. You right?
You want a little trivia question?
Yes.
Best last out buyer, Knicks Go. Second best last out buyer, tax. Who was third?
Math Wizard.
Last Judgment. 35-1, the 9 horse. Over this track, going 1.1 miles. Ran a 103.
Well,
What is last
It was last weekend too, wasn't it?
Oh, there
It was recent.
Yeah, it was last week. I'm okay with the 7-day layoff. I'm okay with that.
If you want to get crazy, there's an angle to get crazy on the 9 horse. I agree with Aaron. I think 50-1 is ridiculous on the 12. I don't think he can win, but I think if you're using him underneath, if you're looking for prices to try and round out a superfecta, round out the super high 5, find a way to differentiate yourself if you want to use the 7 and the 4 on top. I think horses like Last Judgment, horses like Math Wizard are ways to do that because I think that does make your ticket unique.
He's just, the thing with Math Wizard is that he needs a pace setup. So he needs a hot pace.
Well, I think he gets it.
Yeah, if he gets a hot pace, I know it wasn't the best crew, but he is a grade 1 winner, technically.
I love that argument.
Hey,
technically,
I was there when he won that race, by the way.
But he's close. He's had a couple efforts at good odds where he's been very close to upsetting fields, just closing. If he gets a hot if Knicks Go and Independent Tall hook up and then they both can't get the distance and they come from the back, he's a good one to close.
We have a special guest right now, Oliver Spector, who I voted for Apprentice Jockey of the Year in the voting. Hello, Oliver. Hello,
Oliver.
Slim.
What's up, buddy?
Oliver. Oh, look who else is here. Ella.
Ella. What's up?
Got our kids up in here. Oliver and Ella. The Slim kids in the house.
They're looking good.
Say hi.
Hey,
Say hi, dudes.
who does Ella like in this race?
Ella, who do you like in this race? Say it louder.
Tacitus.
You hear that? Yeah. She likes Tacitus to win this race.
Good pick. Very
I
good
would
pick.
too.
He should be winning this race. That's what's ridiculous. That's what's ridiculous.
He's going to Saudi.
I know. He has to win it for his dead owner now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know he's going to go to Saudi, but he should really be in there. He should really be in this race, you know?
Yeah.
This is good parenting right here. They're going.
Oliver likes Estella, no doubt.
Yeah.
You like Estella, buddy? All right. We'll see what he does if I call this race here. So we only have
Dude,
4
he is
minutes to
huge.
post.
Yeah.
Only got 4 minutes to post. We'll see how he does here.
Where's mom at, Slim?
She just came down here. I think she went back up.
Okay.
He's doing good.
I understand. Oh, Samo's got his dog and his daughter. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, bring out the whole family for the Pegasus.
Willie just learned how to open doors.
And the dog came in.
We're
Look
going
at
off the rails,
Look
folks.
at him watch this beer get poured, by the way. Oh no, he wasn't that interested in it.
No, he's looking. He's looking. Sort of.
Side-eyeing it.
Deer, horses, I mean, betting. How can you teach him any better?
Oliver.
You should see the amount of screens I got up, and he must be so confused. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows open, and a 65-inch television, and an iPad, and a phone.
This is a family show, everybody. Yeah, we are here for the kids.
Wow.
Hey, Jenna.
You say hi?
You bring the family out for
You say hi to Oliver?
Pegasus.
Look, it's your friend Oliver.
We getting
Hey,
screenshots.
One day you guys will be in a paddock together. See you at the paddock bar.
All right.
Well, Cohen and Ella are already going to get married, and now Oliver and Lily are going to get married. So we're gonna fuse all these kids together.
Let's stand here. All right, we got 3 minutes to race. We got a super high five carryover. Ricky, super high five. What you got? I know he doesn't have kids in there. We can.
No. So I'll
Just
go.
him.
I'm in order: 4, 7, 10, 5, 1. Did you need the names too? Sorry about that.
No, numbers work.
Okay.
Is it me? Can I go?
Aaron, go.
4, 1, 7, 8, 11.
Jared.
4, 1, 7, 10.
There's 5.
That's 4 numbers.
Give us more.
11.
Slim.
He's gonna give you the numbers.
Yeah, Oliver first.
Oh yeah, I'd go with Tax, the 7 in first. Knicks go the 4, so 7, 4. Code to get third, so 10. And then Jesus, I put Jesus's team. I guess the 5. And then I guess your horse, the 1 Sleepy Eyes Todd after that. I don't know. Jesus's team. Yeah, Jesus's team's a good horse to get third or fourth, I guess. He likes that. He likes it.
I got Code of Honor, Sleepy Eyes Todd, Kiss Today Goodbye, Coastal Defense, and Jesus' team. Toss and Knicks go.
Woo! There's
Magic.
4, 7, 5, 8.
Need one more.
1. Sorry, I thought we were just giving 4. We're doing 5. 4, 7,
That's super
5,
high
8, 1.
five.
I learned the same way, Magic. Don't worry.
Oh my
I'll
god.
go Sleepy Eyes Todd.
Hey, somebody's
1.
trying to keep the lights on the site right now. Excuse me.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah.
I'll go Sleepy Eyes Todd 1 over Code of Honor 10 over 5 Jesus' team 5 over 4 Knicks Go over 9 Last Judgment.
All right. Well,
Everyone get their own.
It's the 5th annual Pegasus World Cup turf. They created this race, and the first winner was Arrogant. He beat California Chrome in what was billed as a match race, but California Chrome faded and Arrogant won the race. You come back and then it's Gunrunner, and then it's City of Light, and then it's Mucho Gusto. This race has become a staple on the January card, and now we have the 5th annual running. I'm going to try to kill a little time here before I kick it over to our track announcer, Mike Saratoga Slim Spectre. Mike, are you nervous for this race call?
He looks nervous.
This guy is going to kill my call. Oh, no. We'll see if I can do a call with a baby. I have to try this. What do you think?
Yeah.
I know you're really excited about this race.
He's very excited about the Pegasus. I've told him all about this.
As a race caller, who do you want to see win? Whose line have you been practicing the most?
All right, I got to get him upstairs. Hold on a second.
He's still better than Vic Stauffer, by the way. Still better than Vic Stauffer.
I would rather listen to that than Vic. I agree. Walking towards the gate on the feed. We'll probably hit mute here in a couple of seconds so we don't because we're a little bit behind like we have been all day, but that's all right. You guys can take it away.
All right, real quick, top pick, long shot.
Oh, good call. Ricky?
Can I abstain during this situation?
Why?
No, you're on the
I don't
feed.
have any long shots. Mike and I established that I had my top 2 choices. I don't have a long shot.
So your top choice is who?
Ricky.
Oh, Nick's go.
And who's your long shot?
I don't know.
He's out. All right. So Samich, who is your top choice and who's your long shot?
Top pick is Sleepy Eyes Todd, who also would be my long shot, but if I go crazy long shot, I'm going Last Judgment.
Okay. Jared?
Knicks go, and let's go Sleepy Eyes Todd.
Slim?
Tax and Mr. Freeze at 1801 right now.
Vinny?
Code of Honor and Sleepy Eyes Dodd.
And Magic.
And they're getting in the gate. Knicks go. The Breeders' Cup mile winner, dirt mile winner has entered the gate.
See you at the winner's
The number
circle, Aaron.
5, Jesus' team, second in the Breeders' Cup dirt mile, has been loaded. The number 6, Kiss Today Goodbye, is loaded. And they're set. Nope, one more to get in the gate. The 11, Mr. Freeze. Actually, Math Wizard will be the last to load for Safi Joseph, the Pennsylvania Derby winner. And they're all set for the 5th running of the Pegasus World Cup. And they're off. First to break is the number 9, Last Judgment in the inside. Knicks go. Knicks go. Looks to get the lead, but Last Judgment is in. In between horses is Tax. And Knicks go will get the lead, but Last Judgment will keep him company early. But Knicks go has an easy lead. Last Judgment to his outside. Tax sets up shop in 3rd. Down on the rail is number 3, Independence Hall. Back to Jesus' team. 2 lengths back to the number 11, Mr. Freeze. As they go through the first quarter in 22.9, fast fractions for Knicks go. As he has to go a mile and an eighth here. Last Judgment hawking him at 40-1 down on the inside is Independence Hall, and Tax sets a perfect shot to the outside. Knicks go is going fast early, and they go 46.16 for the half. And Knicks go still holding on. In between horses is Last Judgment. Down the rail is Independence Hall and Tax. And Tax is making a move to get into 2nd place. The number 5, Jesus' team, is also making a move as they round the turn for home. And as they round the far turn, and Knicks go is still in the lead. Hasn't really been asked yet. And being asked is, on the whip is Tax. And, to the outside. Here comes Independence Hall. Independence Hall in between horses, but Knicks Go really hasn't been asked yet. He is still under a hand ride. Knicks Go is pulling away. To the outside is the number 5 Jesus' team, but Knicks Go is on his way. Knicks Go. You could call him K-Knicks Go. You could call him Knicks Go. You could call him Pegasus World Cup champ. And the 2nd place goes to the number 5 Jesus' team. Knicks Go with a hand ride, never really asked early and just kept on going. Gate to wire winner, Knicks Go.
That's how we end the day, boys, right there. That's how we end the day. $50 win bet in the live bankroll in the Breeders' Cup wagering guide that we had for this. Aaron and Jared will be back in a minute to celebrate it, but holy smokes, never in doubt for this horse. You saw him separate there in the far turn. Slim with that excellent call. Samich, what did you think about Nick's Go here?
I'm really bummed that the 3-horse ran third. I would have the Super I-5 without that punk.
Man.
Independent rabbit in there, yeah. He's his team. He's his team. Ran a big race. The one
4, 5,
was
1, 3, 10.
Sleepy-eyed Todd. Wow. Tax
9,
really shit the bed.
12, 7, 11.
Tax really did nothing.
8. Wow. Yeah, Tax was third last there. Yeah,
Going
hey,
sub 23 and holding is pretty impressive there. I mean, that's the.
My God, those fractions. Okay, so Aaron and Jared, we were talking about the $50 win wager on Nick's Go ends this with a very profitable, successful day. Congrats to you guys on a great job with that part of the guide and the guide overall. When you saw Nick's Go post 22.9, 46.16, did you poop your pants a little bit?
Well, here's what's funny about it. We were watching the NBC feed. We had no fractions whatsoever. And Jared goes, boy, it'd be so nice to see a fraction. I said, the way he's running, I don't know if we want to see a fraction.
If you heard my race call, I was saying I was going crazy that he was going way too fast. But it didn't matter. That horse just carried.
Honest to God, I didn't care what the fraction was. I would love to have been it to make me feel better, but the fact that he was in the lead, he was cruising, it was exactly what you wanted to see from him. It's just a matter if he can get the distance. Like, I mean, to him, fractions don't matter. He just is fast, and it's just a matter if he can get the distance. And boy, he got the distance. That was something. What is it? 4? How about Independence Hall? 4,
Independence
5,
Hall ran
3.
fantastic.
So there's your horse.
Ricky must be going crazy, huh? How much did Ricky win with having him?
Well, I have no idea. Where is Ricky? Like, where did he go?
I got 1,200 back on my $1 pick 4, so I'm happy with that.
Nice, Slim. Very nice.
The wagering portion of the live bankroll did about a 60% ROI, so that's another 60% ROI back-to-back times, so that's really good. Let's go. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a different horse.
Can I say real quick, Ricky just texted me that I had to get off of here because my dad's going nuts because he said my dad played all the tickets, so his dad cashed, and that's why he had to get off the feed. I said, I
think he's celebrating with his dad probably. I mean, he must have won at least 6, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. You get to pick 6, pick 5, and pick 4, right?
Yeah. So his dad's going crazy.
So that would be the pick. Oh shit! The pick 6. The 26 pick 6 was 2,000. The $1 pick 5 was 2,000, and the $1 pick 4 was 1,200. So yeah, I mean, if you hit those at $1, no, you probably didn't hit $1 them all.
50 cents.
5,000-6,000.
Yeah, nice play.
Ricky's Rockets.
Yeah, and he's not here, so.
Yeah, I know. There he is with a chance to just go nuts on camera.
Hey, let's go. So I had the call. I told you. You could call him Nick's Go. You could call him K-Nick's Go. You could call him Pegasus. You didn't hear the call.
Well, no, but I'm gonna as soon as we get done, I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you go back and hear the call. You could call
That's why he doesn't listen to blinkers off, Aaron.
You could call him Nick's Go. You could call him Pegasus World Cup champion.
Okay, so Magic, your original.
Nick's Go taking a little celebrity shit.
Yeah, he's taking a shit as he gets into the winner's circle here on our feed. Magic, your question's kind of funny because when he turned for home, we didn't know the fractions, and I arrogantly looked at Jared and I said, "We got it. It's over."
Yeah.
I was walking
22.9, 46.16, 1.0991, or under 110 for the 3 quarters. Really fast, dude.
So,
and he just kept
Magic's question. I would have hit my pants.
Under 110 for the 3 quarters is unbelievable. I mean, he just was.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought somebody was going to catch him when he ran that. When they turned for home, I'm like, somebody's picking up the pieces. There's no way he's going to keep going.
Cox juice hits it. Beautiful.
It's unreal. Congrats, Ricky.
Ricky,
Thank you.
take it away, buddy.
No, we were just, my dad wanted to like watch on the big screen with the sound on. So that's why because I didn't know what the feed was behind. So I was just like, kind of get out. So no, this was good. One of the things that I think we talked about on the Rocket Hour in terms of like we've seen it a lot, and I've always thought this way. The bigger the days, the best performances we tend to see. I think like the Kentucky Derby is a little bit different. But we kind of saw that a lot of the favorites were coming in, or a lot of the logical choices. So I felt good about Nick's go. I was a little concerned about the pace early on. I think Joel did a great job of kind of just giving him that breather midway on. I prefer Tax, but I'm not going to be upset with what just happened. So it was really, really fun to see. I'm really, really excited about it. Will not be tweeting out the tickets because my dad does not want me to. He's a little afraid of it, but that's okay.
Hey,
hold on. What?
Okay, first of all, let's pretend we're excited for a second.
You have money?
And tell us about what you hit.
Yeah, tell us.
I can't. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
I said, let's pretend for a second that you're excited. Like, get excited because you sound like you're just a little subtle. And let's pretend that you're excited and tell us what you hit. Tell the people what you hit. Like, explain.
No. Oh, I was getting to that. So we were able to bring home the pick 6, the pick 5, and pick 4. I don't have the prices right now. I'm just looking at the StreamYard. So if someone could shout those out. It was great. We were able to get the first pick 4 home, starting in race 2. Hit a little stretch there, and then we were able to get all the kind of logical horses. I gave all these horses in the guide, so I hope everyone kind of bought that and paid attention. It was just really, really great day. It was one of those things where I kind of felt confident about the card the entire day. Again, I'm sorry I don't have the prices in front of me right now. I'm just looking at the StreamYard. Feel a little – I've never had a single camera on me like this before, so so it's just one. It's just, I'm really.
What did you have for the pick 6? 20 cent?
Yeah, the base wager.
And a 50 cent for the pick 5?
Yeah, all base wagers.
Oh, okay.
Good try.
I know the pick 4 was to like 614 or 613. That I know.
The pick 5 is 1100.
And your payout.
The pick 6 is 2150.
For the Pegasus World Cup, the 50 cent pick 4 paid $613.20. The 50 cent pick 5. Consolation of 4 or 5 paid $12.20. 50 cent pick 5 paid $1,106.35. In the pick 6 is carryover, the jackpot wager. In the 20 cent pick 6 paid $2,149.12. Ricky Rockets has won 32 plus 38. Good job, boy.
Thank you. That was good.
So clarify, your dad bet all the tickets and hit them all?
So what we did was I'll give out real quick. I'll give out what the prices of the tickets were because I think that's important. The pick 6, I put it out for $172.80. 4x3 by 4x3 by 3x2, 4 to the 7 at the end. The pick 5 was 4x4 by 3 by 3 by 2, which was 144. And then the pick 4 was 4x4 by 4 by 2, which was 64. So what we did was I didn't want to deposit any more into my TVG. So I said, look, do you mind doing all the quote unquote dirty work? You deposit and I'll Venmo you. And he said, sure. Like, I don't want you to have to take it out. So I was like, that's great. I said, how do you want to split it up? He said, I don't know. Like, I won't make you go completely 50-50, but if we can cash this, we'll make the profits 50-50. So I gave him somewhere like 33%. I gave him a flat, like 100, something like that, 125. I forgot exactly what it was, but we're going to split it 50-50. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. He said he's going to do something nice for the family. So we'll see. I'm excited though. So this is,
just don't give it to Slim's dad. He'll pay everyone's cable bill.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I really don't.
Real quick. I also want to say congrats to Alex Henry. I just sent a message that I hit the pick 5 thanks to your picks. Thank you guys. My first winning pick 5. That makes me so happy.
Wow, beautiful, Alex. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. I'm so glad you chimed in and said that. That makes my day. It absolutely does. That's amazing. To hit a pick 5 for the first time is a great feeling. Magic, someday you'll have that feeling as well, I promise you. So Ricky, congratulations to you and your dad. I'm really confused as to what kind of money you're going to get, but I know your dad's happy, and that makes me excited.
Yeah.
So
it's. I think Slim can attest to this. It's the best when it comes to like the father and the Jew thing. It's kind of he'll give me what he thinks is right.
You're coming up with these things.
You know.
On that note, I will tell you this. It is very true that when a father brings his son to the track, there's nothing better than that. And bringing my son down here today to be on the dudes live stream was just amazing. Win $1,200 on Knicks Go, also amazing. The 4 out of 5 played $12.26, and I hit that also. And even Curl and Liam off my pick 5 cost me $1,100. What I learned? Don't listen to you schmucks, because you both said they weren't going to win. He wasn't going to win the race because he's too young. All of you said that. But he was my number one pick in the guide. So what I say to myself is, stick to your slim brain, and you would have made $1,100 more. But I won $1,200, so I can't be upset. You always think of other ways. This is the thing. Even when you win $1,200 in horse racing, you're always like, shit, I could have won another $1,100 if I did this. I could have. That is the mentality going to track, and that's why we love this game. So I'll leave you on this note. It was a fun Pegasus World Cup, even though it was probably the worst group of horses we ever seen. But Knicks Go was the favorite, a deserved winner, and Knicks Go was definitely better than Mucho Gusto. So at least we have that going for us in the history of this race. Will this race ever be run again?
yes.
Probably will be. I don't know if it's going to be $3 million. I think the price will continually go down over the years, but it is a fun time. Next year, hopefully, I get down there with you guys either to this race or the Florida Derby. Saying goodnight to all the dudes out there. Peace. I'm out.
It's always amazing. The Pegasus isn't going anywhere, I don't think.
No.
And I mean, you had a year of hell basically last year, and we still ran it for $3 million this year. Listen, how much value now? I don't care how it happened. How much value has Brad Cox brought to Knicks Go?
Jesus.
I mean, you think about what this horse has done since being with Brad Cox. He's a Breeders' Cup winner. He's a Pegasus winner.
He's a horse of a lifetime.
Listen, how good? I mean, his stallion fee has gone up dramatically since he got with Brad Cox. So whatever he's doing, it's working.
Can you imagine being Ben Colebrook, the guy who trained this horse before, and like had him running really well as a juvenile and just couldn't get him to that next level, and then now he watches this?
Yeah, re-break.
Say it again, Mike, so everybody can hear it.
Just couldn't get him to re-break. That was the problem. Just couldn't get the re-break.
Go ahead, Magic, with your point. That's a great point.
No, I'm just saying that's my point. Imagine being Ben Colebrook and you tried to do things, the good way, and then they hand him off to Brad Cox, and suddenly this happens.
Oh boy, I'm trying to calculate my words very carefully here.
Why?
Well, okay, good
the
point.
First time in like 3 months.
Yeah, because we're racing dudes, not DRF, so whatever. Cox has found new life with this horse, and the Cox. Listen, I made a banner when I hosted Blinkers Off, and I said, "Is the Cox juice loose?" Sorry, Ella. Is the Cox juice loose? Yes, it is loose. It is loose and alive at Gulfstream Park. Great performance. Very, very, very excited about it because I had them. If I didn't have them, I would be like these juicing trainers. They got to go, and they do have to go. But that's neither here nor there on this show. Ricky, so excited for you and your dad. So much excited that you are a dad. You're awake a little more now. That's great. So
I want to say I'm excited I'm not a dad.
Yeah, I also want to say congratulations to Brady Klotz, who just came in second in the Pegasus World Cup Challenge. Who's a Magic Mike listener? Like, freaking incredible. Yes, he finished. He had a massive double there to Knicks Go. Ended up finishing second in the tournament, live bankroll tournament. cashes over $50,000 in an NHC seat. So
Samich,
incredible day.
Samich, can you shout out his name one more time when I'm not?
Yeah, Brady Klotz, man. He crushed it today. He's one of the listeners with us. Greg Olson listens all the time as well. He's another one who was down there. Ended up finishing second in the Pegasus World Cup. Allen.
Say his name again and stop.
Pause and then say it one more time because I was talking over you again. Go.
All right. Brady Klotz.
There we go.
Congratulations, man. He ran second today in the Pegasus World Cup Challenge, cashes over $50,000 and it's a NHC seat. And he was one of the 3 Magic Mike listeners down there that got in tournaments. So congratulations, man. He and Greg Olson were playing, as well as Turf Dog. So he was down there as well. So 3 of them were playing, and he ended up rolling second. And pretty incredible, man. So he's headed to NHC, so he'll see Magic and I there in August. And then, $50K, not bad. Nice little day.
Brady, I'll say a quick word. Mike texted us a little bit earlier in the day before the card started and said he had 3 Magic Mike Show listeners that were involved. And immediately I said, oh, my God, please let one of them win. That would be so great. You didn't win, but you got second. And in all sincerity, we are super, super happy for you. That is great to finish second in this event. I'm sure this event had some of the big heavy hitters in it. Pat yourself on the back. Go get you a drink. I mean, that is a great, great job. So congratulations to you. Guys, are we ready to wrap it up? Do we have any other thoughts? Do you guys want to go on? Somebody said some football picks. You want to do that, or do you just want to wrap it up? Jared, you're kind of in charge. What's going on?
No, I lost charge a long time ago.
Okay. All right. I'll take back in charge. Let's do the 2 winners of the game, and then we'll wrap up final comment. Samich, I'll go for you. The 2 winners of tomorrow's football games.
Winners or with the spread?
With the spread. Let's do with the spread. This is a betting show. With the spread.
Give me both dogs. I'll take the Bills 3.5, Tampa 3.5.
Woo! He's taking the dogs. What do you think, Jared?
I think he's wrong. I'm playing both favorites, and they're both going to cover.
Ricky.
I'll take the Chiefs. I'll admit I'm rooting for the Bills, but I think the smart play is the Chiefs. And I'll take the Packers too. I'll take both spreads. I'll take the favorites.
Magic, I know you haven't really followed football. Do you want to give a pick or no? Just say no.
I do, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
But we hired the dude from the Big Lebowski to be our head coach in Detroit, so I don't have a team that's really in this playoff of the 13 that I root for. So I always default to who do I care about in my life that has a team that might go to the Super Bowl. So Jared Welch, just like last year, I'm pulling for the Chiefs and Green Bay, and then I want the Chiefs to just destroy and humiliate Aaron Rodgers as much as possible in the Super Bowl.
All right, I will give my picks real quick. Listen, my favorite team, obviously, is Pat Mahomes. I'm nerdy Pat Mahomes, baby.
That's my boy.
I'm rooting hard for those Buffalo Bills. Oh, so hard. Come on, Josh Allen. One time, do it for me. Chiefs win by 20 tomorrow, though. It's not going to be close. The Chiefs show their class. And I will also go with Green Bay. I think it's the Chiefs and Green Bay all the way. I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl, Jared. I'm really excited about that. That's for another day. All right, final thoughts on the Pegasus World Cup. We'll start with Samich.
Great betting day. Wish I cashed more. It was nice to get a couple pick threes home, but it was just overall, I'm looking for value from a betting card. Just gave it to me. I wish we beat the favorites in the last 2, but they both ran well. So not much you can do there. They showed why they were the favorites, and so it was a fun day all around.
Way to sum it up. Jared, final thoughts on the Pegasus World Cup card.
No, Samich said it best there. I mean, the favorites ran like they were favorites. They should have ran well. They did. I was a big believer in Nick's go. He made me look good. Colonel Liam, not so much, but still, just considering the year, considering kind of what we had leading up to this, I thought it showcased itself pretty well. I really do. I think, no fans, at Gulfstream Park, but for the most part. But still, the event kind of lived on, and you had Nick's go. You had Colonel Liam, 2 horses. At least Colonel Liam, one that we should see more of this year. So overall, I think the card was is kind of what we've expected. So, it's a good year.
All right, Ricky, you got to be the happiest one of all.
Yeah, no, it's funny that Mike's Samich said that he likes to beat the favorites, and I agree. That's where you get the value. I love days like this when the favorites run well, because this is why, at least on my end, this is why I kind of tune in just as a horse racing fan, and I feel like a lot of people agree. From a betting perspective, maybe not as great of a day as it could have been, but I loved all the performances, and I thought Nick Sko really lived up to the hype and capped it off, obviously, the way I enjoyed, but just in general, it was a great performance by him, and a great performance by 6 Prevalence as well. Let's not forget Prevalence. We were talking about that maiden special weight race. That was one of the most dominant performances from maiden special weight I've seen in a long time. So
give me the great one anytime over Prevalence. All right, let's go to the host of the Magic Bike Show, Curtis Sleepy Eyes Magic. Final thoughts on the Pegasus before I give mine and we sign off.
I'll pat you guys on the back a little bit. This day reminded me again why you guys have built a company from the ground up based off of betting and giving people good tips, because I trailed you with your live bankroll. The bankroll you used was higher than I usually use for a weekend. Hell, usually it's about my monthly balance, but I was like, I have confidence that these guys are going to do what they did at the Breeders' Cup and give us some really good winning tickets. So you guys really pressed your opinions. It might have been short prices on Nick's Go, on Performer, Always Shopping. Didn't matter. You guys were trying to tell us to press the opinions when you were really confident in a horse no matter what. So I want to thank you guys because I had a nice profitable weekend playing off of the guide and that live bankroll. And it was fun because I felt like as a group, we were all in this together. So even though we're not at the track together, I still felt that connection with us. So thanks to you guys, and this was a really fun weekend.
Yeah, you really tugged to my heart as I'm going to wrap this up today. Magic.
Tear. That was good.
I'm trying to fight it off, to try to compose myself as I end the show. You tugged to my heart. You sent me a message, or sent Jared and I, a message today and said, hey, I'm going to play you guys' guide article because it feels like at the 2017 Breeders' Cup when we all played together and we hit that big try at Del Mar on Friday. And I'm really happy that we were able to hit it. And really the comment that hit me the most today came at the end. To help somebody hit their first pick 5, that might be the most proud moment I've ever had since we started the website. I'm being all sincerity. That is great. Samich, I know you can relate. Ricky, I know you can relate. When you help somebody do something for the first time, especially when it's a pick 5 and the difficulty of a pick 5, that really hit me. So thank you, Alex, so much for letting us know. And I saw your tweet as well and liked and retweeted that. So thank you so much. Heather, you're sitting right over there. Nick's Go just won the Pegasus. Can you sign us off with a Nick's Go? She said no.
No.
I'm going to do it for you. Listen.
I was hoping she would.
I know. She's so mean right now, but I don't blame her.
She hasn't drank any.
Can you come on once, Nick's Go? Oh, she says no.
The true Nick's
Come on, one time, Heather.
She has her shoes on and she has her jacket on. She's ready to go eat some dinner. Jared needs some dinner. I'm going to end it just like this. 3, 2, 1. Nick's Go!